Joe Cruz Jr., my man, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Randy. Is doing well. Happy Sunday to everybody. Pleasure to be on the show today.
Mm-hmm.
We got game 7 tonight and this afternoon, so it's gonna be a
That's
goodie.
right. For those who are just joining us, we might be a little 1 or 2 minutes behind. But Joe Cruz at Hoops in the Sun at J Cruz CEO on all social media platforms. Myself, Randy J Cruz, RENDY, letter JCRUZ. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. And most importantly, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. We are doing game 7, Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons watch along. So anybody's watching us on X or YouTube, number one, thank you. Number two, hit us up in the chat with any thoughts and comments you have regarding game 7 between Orlando and Detroit. Also, game 7 tonight, Cleveland and Toronto, and any other playoff series you want to bring up. So as we are doing this live, so far, Orlando up 3-2 on Detroit. So I'm going to get the scoreboard up and running in a hot second, but it should be a very interesting game 7 with Detroit Orlando. We had a game 7 last night with Boston and Philly. Philly advanced and we'll get the number 3 seed New York Knicks in the conference semis. So what do you expect from Orlando and Detroit today, Joe?
Uh, what I expect from Orlando is a bounce back from the debacle of Game 6. Up
Mm,
that many points, young team, looking to advance into the playoffs, and they showed their immaturity, they showed their lack of closing out the game, and Paolo took a lot of tough shots or shots that he wouldn't take to kind of close the game out. I've kind of felt that the run that the Pistons put on kind of froze them up, and they were shocked. So I'm
mm.
interested to see how they bounce back today. I want to see their spirit. I want to see they fight. I want to see the competitiveness. And if that's the case, this should be going down to the wire here for Game 7 with the Pistons and the Magic.
Yeah, man. So as we get everything together, it is 5 up early on first quarter. Detroit and Orlando. Orlando trying to become, I think that what number? I think number 7 or 8th time that an 8th seed could beat a 1 seed in the playoffs. So history is not on the side of the Pistons, but Orlando, a real tough, gritty team. Obviously, they're missing Franz Wagner, and I think he would have made a difference in game 6 if he was available. He's not available tonight, so they're missing one of the better players. But they still got Ben Carroll, who tried to carry the load for Orlando in game 5 with a 40-point performance, but Detroit was just on a different time on that game. And as well as being down 24 in game 6, they come back and now they have the home court advantage now for a game 7, a very pivotal game 7 between Orlando and Detroit. So if you're watching on ESPN or ABC, Detroit is up 10-5 so far in the first quarter, is still getting acclimated with everything going on. So I mean, seeing what happened last night with Boston and Philly, you just never know what could happen in the NBA playoffs. So we saw a 7 seed take out a number 2 seed, and very early, but Orlando, um, I think they gotta shake the cobwebs off from game 6 being up 24 and losing that lead at home. They're in that emotional environment on the road in game 7, and this is the number 1 seed in the entire Eastern Conference. So it's not going to be easy, but if they're going to get it done, they got to play a pretty much perfect game against Detroit.
Absolutely. You know, this is Magic has been at that level for the past couple of years, and this is the game where
Mhm.
this will dictate how their future is going to go in terms of what direction to go with the two forwards. They have the ability, they have the talent. I believe Coach Mosey is a good coach, but in order for that to be determined, they'll have to knock out the Pistons.
Mm.
I feel this is a good test for the Pistons. I feel like Cade has been out for quite some time, and I think this is part of his or part of the team and part of Cade's rhythm in getting back into what once was, that rhythm and going to All-Star game and after winning 60 plus wins this year in the NBA. So, you know, I think each game they go by, they get better and better and better. The Pistons, with more
Mhm.
continuity, with more staying connected, defensively, offensively. Beginning of the series, you saw them struggle in terms of their identity, in terms of how the flow of the game was going with Cade and him getting back into game shape and getting back into
Mhm.
form. I think every game has gone by, he's gotten better, better, and better. As you see in Game 5, he exploded for 45 points, as well as Paolo, one of the best number one pick matchups in quite some time. So that was a marvel to watch. And I want to see how Ben Carroll bounces back, and I see him, just hit two back-to-back threes. Orlando's
Yeah.
up 10, so this is a good bounce back game. There's good energy. Banquero's got a little bounce to him. His
Mhm.
energy to the team. That's what I want to see heading into Game 7. Even though it was a letdown game in Game 6, it's demoralizing. But they're showing character, they're showing fight, and they're showing grit. And that starts with number 5 on the Orlando Magic, and that's your franchise player, Paulo Banquero.
Yeah, man. He has all 11 points so far. So they're gonna go as
Look at
far
that! I'm
as
watching the game. I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. But
yeah.
forget you're saying 11. I mean, he's ready.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, he's ready. I think everybody knows he's ready. He came to play. So it'll be interesting if everybody else wants to kind of help him out.
Hmm.
This could be a doozy. Good. Good. They're on the road, so good bounce back. Good back to back threes. Got a nice timeout from Bickerstaff. So we'll see how the energy continues. And I like the
Yeah.
fact that they're fighting and they're not in the sulking and they're not feeling the after effects of game 6.
Oh yeah, man. Paolo off to a fucking hot start. 11 of the 11 points for Orlando. I know we just got started, but I want to thank you guys. At least 55 people have tapped in so far, whether on X or on YouTube. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it. For these watch alongs, we're probably going to do a few more of these as the playoffs get into the deeper rounds. So just kind of recap as they're on a timeout. So Philly would get New York. We got OKC and the Lakers in round two. We got San Antonio and Minnesota for round two, and the winner of this game will get the winner of the Cavaliers in Toronto. So they're both in a game 7 format this afternoon and tonight. That Cavalier series has been amazing, up and down. Everybody, you know, nobody can get a win on the road, and that's what's been happening in that series. Hey, the saying goes that the series begins when you get a win on the road, but apparently nobody has done that for Toronto or the Cavaliers. Can Toronto get it done? I know there's no bi as of right now. There's no bi in Game 7. Um, a crazy shot by RJ Barrett to send Toronto to a Game 7. Um, got some home cooking on that rim on game 6. But um, who do you got, Toronto or Cleveland to close it out tonight?
I was speaking to my boy Kendrick earlier, asking the same question. I think that um, part of me wants to feel change the narrative between Harden not having a good game 7 and
Mhm.
Donovan not getting to the second round. So part of me wants to kind of change that narrative because they're very good ball players. And they've been designed to get to the second round. So for them not to make that would be devastating. And I think once if that happens, there'll be changes made to the Cavs.
Mhm.
Whether that's Mobley, whether that's Jared Allen, that experiment has kind of been 3 years, and don't know how that's going to continue moving forward. You signed Harden, and I think that's kind of the backcourt of the future. So, to answer your question, I will go. I'm going with the Cavs at home. I think, like you said, nobody has won a road game, so usually Game 7 and usually playing at Cleveland has been known to be a tough crowd to play in.
Yeah.
But I do like the fight of Toronto. I do like the development of RJ Barrett. I do see the multidimensional game of Scotty Barnes, and I appreciate
Mhm.
his game, and I think he develops and makes everybody better. So I just think in terms if they can able to handle that storm in terms of them playing at away, they got a good shot. I mean, every game's been competitive. Every game has been close, so there hasn't been no blowouts, and that's with Bi out. So to answer your question right now, I'm gonna go with Cavs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Raptors snuck one out
Mhm.
and advanced to the second round.
I don't know. As Orlando is up 13-12, I get a feeling that this could be the weekend of where the road teams get a victory during the game seven. Philly last night. I
Right.
think Toronto could get it done. Obviously, if they had Bi, I feel more strongly about that.
Hmm.
But I think they just have that momentum from game six. Most did not even have in a game seven against the Cavaliers. It is a traditional 4-5 matchup because you know it could go either way. But I think um, the Cavaliers got to get more from Mobley and the Mitchells and Jared Allen's and you mentioned Harden too. So if he can be the regular season James Harden in these playoffs, then the Cavaliers can really do some work. But we are at a game seven, and is anything goes. And but I think if you ask me right now, if you're going Cleveland, I'd probably go Toronto in that matchup. And I think I think either way, it'll be a good second round matchup, whether it is Detroit or Orlando for those two teams. Hopefully, Bi can get back from injury, but uh, yeah, but Detroit is up 14-13, 5.5 to go in the first, and it seems like they're still feeling each other out. As you mentioned, Ben Carroll has 11 of the 13.
Hmm.
Um, Pretty much like a statement kind of game for him, a statement quarter. He's not in right now, but the only other person to score for Orlando is Suggs. So they can't just ride on Paolo getting 40 or 50 tonight. Other people got to get involved.
100%, Randy. I mean, again, Paulo's on a hot start, so you want to ride that out as much as you can. But in terms of defeating a 60 team team, um, you got to score, and there's got to be other people to contribute. So let's see what the bench contributes coming soon. Sometimes that
Mhm.
has worked for the Magic, with Bataze and a bunch of other guys that come into the game. They give them a different energy. So right now, good rest for Paulo. Let's just see who can step up right now. I mean, obviously somebody has to step up because the object of the game is to score. But
Yeah.
right now they got Javon Carter, they got Anthony Black, they got Wendell Carter, they got Jared Kane. So
Hmm.
let's see who can put some pain in it right now for the next 4 minutes 26 seconds. And it's interesting to see how the Magic and also Desmond Bain is in. So
Yeah.
look to have Desmond Bain, kind of be the head of the snake you know while Mr. Paulo's out.
Yeah, and that's why they got Bane for a time like this. Coming
Hmm.
from Memphis, and they need a second or third scorer. Obviously, if Wagner is playing, we're having a different conversation. Obviously, he'll be option number two, and then Bane would be the third option. But Bane has to be the guy that can really set that tone for when the non Paulo on the court minutes has to mean all right. Somebody has to, whether it's him, Carter, Suggs, Anthony Black, who I think is having a pretty good series as well, but it has to be consistent. Like you can't just like I get a couple buckets and that's it. It has to be every single time. Whether you're scoring, playmaking, rebounding, having defensive stops, or just keeping that sense of urgency for this Orlando team. Because if you ask everybody right now, they're probably gonna, bet on Detroit to win this game because they're at home and they won 60 plus games. I get that, but what is it gonna take for Orlando to really grind and play 48 minutes with perfect basketball if there's no Ben Carroll on the floor? When he's on the floor, all right, then you got a shot. When he's not on the floor, is you got to find that second and third guy to ultimately step up.
Honestly, Randy, it has to be Desmond Bain.
Yeah,
You trade for him. Very good trade for Orlando. Slow start to begin the season, but as obviously work playing for a new team, you have to adjust. But to answer your question right now, I mean, if you had Desmond Bain, Wagner, and Ben Carroll, you have a three-headed monster similar to what Detroit has. And right now, Desmond
yeah,
Bain has been holding his own, and today he has to have a big game. I think the X factor for today could be Anthony Black, or if not Wendell Carter.
Yeah.
As right now you see the brother of Franz Wagner coming in for the game, probably for the first time in the series. So you see Jamal Mosey making an adjustment,
Yep.
bringing in his brother, Wagner's brother, Mo Wagner. And, you see him making a change in the series. So this is game 7, do or die. So like I was saying, Randy, the X Factor could be Anthony Black. It could be Wendell Carter. Those guys have
Mhm.
been inconsistent, but also can have a big game and can have a surprising game or a game where you need that 15 points, that situation for them to, propel, go to the second round. So
Yeah.
as Jared Kane has scored, the score is 17-18, Detroit, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah. We're going to see how Detroit does close this quarter out. Um, as you can see on your, I don't know if people watching are a little backed up or ahead of us, but Orlando does have the ball down 1-18-17 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And just trying to, I think Paolo is about to check back in.
And as we say that, Mo
And
Wagner comes
Mo
in, hit a
Wagner with a
three.
three. There you go. There you go.
20-18. So there
There
you
you
go.
go.
So Jamal Mosey makes the first move. This is chess, not checkers. He makes the first move on the board and says, "I'm
Hmm.
bringing in Wagner," and immediately comes in the game and makes a contribution. So that's a great move by Mosey. And we have K getting to the line, getting
Yeah.
fouled right here on the spin move. Beautiful move, and K is going to get 2 shots coming up.
And I think for the record, this is not the typical eighth seed of a
Yep.
team. Obviously, if Orlando is, they got hit with a lot of injuries the entire season. Where Banchero missed like 20 games, and then he came back. Or Wagner was injured, and he came back. And Paolo got hurt. It was like a fucking
Yep.
revolving door of injuries, and Suggs was out. So you finally got to see what this team could do when everybody's healthy, and that's why they had a 3-1 series lead earlier
Mhm.
in the series. But now when there's no Franz Wagner, now that's where Detroit starts to creep in and get game 5 and get game 6, and now they're here for a game 7. But I think if Orlando was healthy the entire season, like no injuries, they are probably a 4-5 seed in the East at best. Detroit, you have Boston, you had New York, and then you had the
Cleveland.
Cavaliers. So
Yeah.
they might have been that Cavalier Toronto kind of a realm of things. So I know next year is sky's the limit for them, but they're not your typical eighth seeded team in the NBA playoffs.
Uh, Definitely. They're very talented. Part of the reason why people are frustrated in the fact that the Magic was projected to be within the 4, 5, 6 seed in the NBA in the Eastern Conference, and them falling to 10th to get into 8th seed, is not the expectation for Orlando, and I think that was the reason why that people have doubted.
Hmm.
Paulo Banchero leading this team. It's kind of unfair without having his front court partner Franz Wagner with him, where you got two wings that can score at any given time, and they can put the ball on the floor. They can get a shot whenever they need to get. And in the NBA, it's hard to get a shot off. It's hard to score. So when you got guys like that, that can put the ball in the hole,
Hmm.
that's the objective. But now you're seeing a team that can be physical. You can see a team that's competing. You can see a team that's talented. You can see a team that's actually desperate to continue. They
Yeah.
know that if this series goes a different way, that not only personnel can change, but coaches can change, and that's how the NBA life is. I mean, you're only good as your last game, and you got to win. So, again, game sevens mean a lot.
Hmm.
Only if you can, proceed to the next stage. And right now, Orlando has a good shot to come out this and beat the number 1 seed, which is kind of unprecedented in terms of the modern day NBA, right? So, but it's a long game to go. Still 3 quarters to go. You can
Yep.
never count out Bickerstaff and Detroit Pistons. They play hard and they have the identity to play tough and to compete. So this should be interesting heading into the final buzzer.
Yeah. For those who are watching us on X or YouTube, I got over 111 people who have tapped in so far. Thank you guys, really appreciate it. Whether you're a Magic fan or the Detroit Piston fan, hit us up in the chat. We'll get right to it. With your prediction for Game 7 between Detroit and Orlando, also Toronto and Cleveland for tonight. any other NBA playoff topics you want to bring up. YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download or rate, comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. Before we come back to Detroit and Orlando real quick, I did see this um, regarding Ant-Man and their series with San Antonio. Shams reported that he will probably miss the first two games, but they're trying to make a comeback for either game 3 or game 4. So that should be some good news for Minnesota, where you're not really missing Ant-Man the entire series, but you might get him in 3 and 4, depending on what Minnesota does in San Antonio, whether they're up 2-0 or get a split, or if they're down 0-2. But just to see some encouraging news that Ant-Man could be available at some point in time in that series against San Antonio.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Ant-Man is he's Minnesota, and it's gonna be a tough road for them to kind of beat San Antonio if they're not in a position to do that without their backcourt, and especially without their franchise player with Ant-Man. Like I told you earlier, Randy, it's hard to get a shot off in the NBA, and it's hard to score. And this guy can score at will, and he has the ability to go to the free throw line, and he has the ability to, when he wants to, make his teammates better. So shouts to Minnesota, kind of dismantling Denver and getting to the second round and doing it in the fashion that they did it. And I'm glad to see them, kind of take that next step. But it's hard to kind of evaluate this team if they don't have DiVincenzo or Edwards. But at the same time too, Randy, these players have to decide on their health and on their career. So
Yeah,
just like we saw Tatum sitting out last night, I know it really bothered him, and I know he was tight him sitting out yesterday and not be able to contribute. But you have to look at the long game, and the long
yeah,
game is for him to be healthy, one, and two, to be there for his franchise and continue having more games just like that. So Chris Finch is a great coach, and he's able to, he's another chess player, and I know he'll make some adjustments to put people in place that will, hopefully fulfill those voids. Dosumu, hopefully he gets better and he could
yeah.
come back and make that, that fill in that hole. And I know they have other pieces that they can put in place to subset that. So be interesting. But Chris Finch is a great coach, and I believe in him to make the adjustments headed to game 1 and 2 and throughout the series.
So we got a minute left in Detroit in the first quarter. Orlando up 22-20, led by Banchero with 11 points for Orlando. For Detroit, Cade with 5, Duran with 5, and more of a balanced out offense with Tobias getting involved, Duncan Robinson, and Thompson. So 22-20 in Detroit, game 7, Orlando, the 8th seed, Detroit, the 1 seed. And I think Orlando, I'm going to get the correct number, but I think they're trying to be the 7th or 8th team to be the 8th seed to knock out a number 1 seed in the NBA playoffs. Kind of well balanced quarter, nothing too crazy. Obviously, in the game 7 is more defensive oriented. The anxiety is up, and you're not getting 35, 40 points being scored in each quarter. This is probably going to be like the 80, 90 point per game kind of realm, unless somebody starts getting crazy in the quarters. But as the quarter ends, Detroit down 2, 22-20, Orlando up. Very even kind of first quarter, still filling each other out. They played 6 times already, obviously, but in the game 7, the butterflies come into effect, the nerves, the anxiety. But it seems like these two teams are going above and beyond that. So Orlando up 22-20 at the 1. So what do you think?
Competitive. Orlando's in the game. Their spirit is up. Their energy is up. They're competing. You want other people to contribute to scoring to help out Paolo balance out the scoring for the first quarter. But like I said, well, like you said, honestly, Randy, it's just game seven jitters. It's nervousness. It's getting a rhythm, getting a feel for the game, and I think it's a great quarter for the Magic being on the road. Solid game for the Pistons so far. How much Cade has 5 and 2 assists, Randy? I don't know if you can move up a little bit on the
Uh,
image. I think I've been
for
carry at
Detroit
11.
or
Detroit, yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so you got 5 and 5. So you got Duran, you got the two top players with the as leading scorers. So that's good to see. Duran wants to join in Game 7. So I know he's had a rough series, and
Hmm.
honestly, Randy, they're gonna need him. They're gonna need him to contribute. Not only on defensively but offensively. He needs to get his edge back. He needs to get kind of in the beginning of the season. I always felt he was like a bully. And I felt he's not in that situation right now as much as he's been in the first part of the season. So yeah, Kane needs help, and he's part of that process. I know, Duncan Robinson is a specialist, so he'll get his. I know Tobias has been really consistent in this series, contributing with points. But Jalen Duren is an X factor today. I think if he contributes and helps out Cade, it should be pretty consistent for the Pistons heading into closing out the series. And then obviously we know with the Magic, it's going to be Desmond Bain and Paulo Caro, and then hopefully we get one of those other people to step in and
Yeah.
be one of those little surprises that we never thought about that contribute and winning game for the Magic.
Before we get to the second quarter, real quick, what did you make of Philly last night getting the job done against Boston? Boston, I would assume before the Tatum news got out that they would be the favorite, but Philly's
Yeah.
a really good team. A lot of energy on that side when they're healthy with the Maxis, Embiid, Paul George, Edgecombe, Grimes. The list goes on and on. So they're a formidable team. They were down 3-1. They got it back to a game seven and ultimately won a game seven on the road in Boston. No Tatum last night. As you mentioned, they were trying to just to hold them out. And it's the long game. And what did
Yeah.
you make of Philly getting it done last night in Boston?
Well, to be quite frank with you, I will never root for the white and green. So anything that would defeat them and get them out the way is definitely a win for me. But in terms of, well, I was surprised, that Philly was able to close it out. I knew they were talented enough. I knew if Embiid was able to get more reps and
Hmm.
get the opportunity to continue to play and get a rhythm and get his legs under him, that he's a game changer. Like he's able to change the series. And I think Joe Mazzulla mentioned that in his post game that he's it was no major difference. It's just he's the difference, and he showed that. So but what I would say moving forward in the second round, Randy, I'm gonna give you a phrase: be careful what you wish for. As
Hmm.
much as we, meaning the Knicks, want to see Boston because they match up well and they have the wings and they can defend and they can score. Philly is dangerous, and they
Yeah.
got a really, really, really special point guard.
Hmm.
They got one of the best centers ever in the NBA, and they have a proven All Star and a USA member in Paul George, so they're formidable. The benefit for the Knicks right now, they have a home court advantage. Obviously, they have some rest. So hopefully, let's see how the chess game goes with Mike Brown. But they have to be careful what they wish for, because as much as people feel Philly is easier way to get to the finals, I'm more about you got to play the best to be the best. So whatever comes your way, tackle it as that. And they approach it the way they did with their last game against the Atlanta Hawks.
Hmm.
They should obviously they got to take care of home court. You
Yeah.
got to you got to head out to on the road 2-zip. So that's the goal, and they haven't done that in the last couple of series. So I'm really want to see if the Knicks can hold serve at home, and obviously win on the road, but holding serve at home is key for the Knicks. Obviously, as being a 3 seed.
Yeah. Randy Cruz, Joe Cruz Jr. here on It's in the Game podcast. Game 7, Orlando, Detroit. Watch along. If you're watching on X, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Anybody got questions, comments, or feedback regarding Game 7 today? Maybe Game 7 between the Cavs and Toronto tonight. Game 7 last night with Philly and Boston. Hit us up in the chat. And we'll bring your comment or question on the screen. Second quarter underway in Detroit. It is 23-22 Detroit
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with a 1 point victory a victory. Wow, 1 point lead.
It's all good, man. We got a couple hours to go, man. Don't worry about that. Um,
um,
but
and thank
listen,
you to the 230 plus who have tapped in, somehow, some way. Thank you guys. Really,
appreciate that,
really
y'all.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Listen, we love basketball. We love to bring it from a different perspective. As you all know, we run our own basketball tournaments. So these are figures and gods and what the basketball world is. So being able to sit here this afternoon and on a Sunday
Mhm.
to spend time with the fans to talk about basketball, especially watching Game 7 with the Magic and Pistons, is a blessing. So thank you for sharing some time this afternoon with your Spanish Cruise brothers over here.
Right.
Randy, just another thing to point out: Magic need to rebound. They
Mhm.
have to offensive rebound. They have the defensive rebound. They have to secure rebounds. Detroit is always good with second and third opportunities, and just
Yeah.
you can't give the motorcade, and you can't give these guys like Duncan Robinson and Amar Thompson and these guys and second, third opportunities to score. So Magic. I want to see the Magic, kind of sharpen up that area right now. And this is about game rebounding and just making sure that they secure the possession because you can't give Detroit any second, third shots,
Mhm.
um, especially in a game 7.
Yeah. So I know our TV screen might be a little slow, but the score on the screen has Detroit up 28-27.
Yeah, it's slow on my end too, Ren. I'm
Yeah,
watching the
don't worry
game
about it.
here. It's 25-26, and I know the score says 27-28. So
Yeah.
K here's a three, got a steal by Thompson. It's
Yep.
28-25. I know we're a little behind on
And a bucket by
ESPN.
Carter too just
And a
now.
bucket by Carter. So we had 27-28, 9:55 and change to
Mhm.
go in the second quarter.
Um as a
Randy,
fan,
how'd you feel about the Knicks? How'd you feel how they closed out? How you feel
mhm,
that now that we awaited the winner from the Boston and Philly game? I know obviously you have a preference in who you want to play, but how'd you feel that series ended and how you feel this next series will be with Philly and New York?
I don't think I had a preference. I think because both Boston and Philly are very good teams, and just like Orlando, Philly when healthy is not a 7 seed, so um you want to give their respect, and I think that the only preference I had was getting the home court advantage for games 1 and game 2, but that meant you play Philly, and that's where we are right now. So getting game last year, we were on the road for games 1 and 2 in Boston. So I know we
Yep.
won those games, but we were down 20 in both games. So it's like you don't want to be down
Yep.
20 on the road against defending champions and all that. Um, but now conference semis, you get home court games games 1 and game 2. The Knicks have not played since what, Thursday? So we
Yep.
get
Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, three days
It's great rest.
of
Great
rest,
rest. Yep.
while Philly just won game 7 last night, and they gotta turn
Hmm.
around and uh get ready for game 1. As we
Right.
mentioned, as we talking 31-30 Detroit
Yep.
with 9
Bain
minutes
hit
to
a
go.
three. Bain just hit a three from the wings. That was a good shot. So Bain has 5 points. He needs to pick it up. He was
Yeah,
actually at 2 points and 2 fouls. So I was just letting you finish out your comment
yeah,
about what you said about the Knicks. But Bain needs to step up.
yeah.
Like you said, Randy, he needs to step up big time. And
And I think
as I
Paolo
said
about to
that, he
score
gets a
right now
big
too.
stop on Cade. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Paolo about to score a bucket. Bam. So cause I saw the screen. So Paolo
Awesome.
getting active. 16 so
Timeout,
far.
Detroit. Yep. Timeout.
16 so far for Banchero in the first half, and to finish off listen, that New York series is going to be really good. Um, as a fan, you want them to win as quick as possible, but we know that's not how it always works. And if they can get it done in 6, that'd be great.
Hmm.
Obviously, early would be fantastic, but um, not going to sleep on Philly. They're very good, very formidable. Got some young guys on that talent on the team. So this to all Knicks fans, this should not be a series where you feel like, oh, we got this, and you start thinking conference finals and finals. Like, listen, you take one
Yeah.
game at a time. You prepare the way you're supposed to prepare, and they happen to play the way they played in Game 6 in Atlanta, then
Difference.
I
That's a
would
major
love that.
difference.
Now,
No,
are
absolutely.
you gonna win by 50 every game? No, but if you, as long as you do what you got to do, score the basketball, play
Mm-hmm.
defense, help each other out. That's what's going to make you a winner. So that series kicks off tomorrow in the Garden with Knicks in Philadelphia. If you're watching us, Orlando is up 35-31,
Mm-hmm.
and Paolo Banchero is having
Palo is bugging right now. Palo hit
bugging
a
right now.
three right now, 35-31. Wow.
19, yeah, 19
They
and
can't say
5
nothing
so
about
far.
him. They can't say that he's not bringing it. I mean,
No,
listen, the way he played in Game 6, that second half, the criticism that he's taken the last 24 hours, them just trying to, them meaning the media trying to say they got to split up these guys and start making changes. And Paulo is a difference maker, man. And when he hits threes, he's tough to guard. And I think that's the biggest thing I wanted him to see in his development is can he hit the outside shot. So when you make these shots, you put a lot of pressure on the defense. And
yeah.
I'm yeah, I mean, once he starts making that, he's pretty much unguardable because 6'8", put on the floor, can hit a three, a midi, can spin, can go to free throw line. So yeah, like you said, man, he's activated, and I'm glad to see that for Paulo.
Let me try. No, it's too small. All right, boom. As a fan, which mix of these teams, Orlando, Detroit, Cavs, and Toronto, you would want to see match up in round two?
Say that one more time.
As a fan,
hmm
which matchup would you prefer to see in round two between the Orlando Detroit series and the winner of the Cavs Toronto series?
I like to see Detroit and the Cavs. I just think they match up pretty well. Even though I think
Oh,
Toronto's real talented.
hmm
I think that oh, okay, Jalen.
saw
Okay,
that
D.
right?
JD.
Yeah,
35-35. I have here
yeah,
6:50 left to go. Jalen Duren just comes down the lane and dunks it with one hand stuff. I just think Cleveland and I
Detroit.
think Detroit and Cleveland match up well. I think from guard play, from front court, from coaching, from all the above, they match up well. I also think Toronto can match up pretty well. I just don't know how well, without quickly. People forget that quickly's been out the whole series, and here goes Cade with a three,
You got
and that's what
13
made
now.
Cade so deadly, man. Like Cade is just, I mean, he's unguardable. I mean, 6'8", pull up three, can go to the basket, can throw it. I mean,
Hmm.
probably one of the, not probably he is a top 5 point guard or guard in the NBA.
Mm,
So yeah, I would like to see Cleveland and Detroit. Brandon, to answer your question about that, not just sure how Toronto will be, especially if Bi's hurt and there's no quickly, but I would say Cleveland and
yeah.
Detroit.
I mean, if you're watching on ESPN or ABC, you see all of the legendary Pistons,
hmm
Isaiah, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, a
Yep.
couple other guys, and I mean, look at it. The same scenario. I want to say 23 years ago. Orlando 8, Detroit 1. Orlando was up 3-1 in the series, and Detroit came back and won in game 7 in Detroit. So it's like, oh shit, like this is a fucking deja vu for Detroit. Orlando T Mac was on that roster. Doc Rivers was coaching, and I know T Mac would like to have that one back, but good to see the legends out there in Detroit. A lot of battles with everybody, former champions, and as you mentioned earlier, Banchero's getting the bag. Cade is now getting activated. Two of the top stars in this series, and I think they were back to back number one picks, right?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So look,
hmm
the battle of number ones going at it, and there's only round one. So if Detroit advances, and they got to get the Cavs or Toronto, I think the Cavs, as you mentioned, match up better. I think if Toronto had Bi healthy and they advanced, that could have been that could be a very fun. I think IQ was out too, right? Am I
No,
bugging?
that's what I said in my earlier. I said that they people forget that quickly's been out the whole series. Like Jamal Shed has been the point guard, and he's actually the backup. So if you had quickly and you had a healthy I would lean more Toronto win the series
Mhm.
tonight, and then heading into like a more competitive series against Detroit. Um, if the Magic win, obviously I like to see Young versus Young, Magic versus the Raptors would be cool. Never really, obviously we've seen the Raptors in the finals, but and the Magic, but be cool. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think those are fun series. I mean, we'll see. I don't know how competitive they're gonna be if we get those lower seeds to advance, but um, it should be so. It should be some good theater.
Oh no, definitely, man. Just trying to see what else is going on in the social media world to bring up. But eh, so real quick on the West Side, are you more forward to looking more forward to watching OKC Lakers or Minnesota and the Spurs, knowing that there's no Luca for LA right as of right now. There's no Ant Man, there's no DiVincenzo, and no the Sumnu for Minnesota, so they're really banged up. And
Yeah,
if you want to say, all right, this looks like a OKC San Antonio Western Conference Finals matchup waiting to happen, but the game's got to be played. You never know what could happen. But which
right.
of those series you're most excited to watch?
I think I'm. I mean, I don't want to sound cliche, but I'm actually interested in both series only because both sides have injuries, and it's that whole thing like if I could have, should have, and I don't want to think like that. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I do want to see the drama with LeBron and the Lakers and how they compete against the
Mhm.
juggernaut of OKC. What I don't want is OKC to destroy the Lakers, not only because of the Lakers, it's just because of the fact that it becomes boring and it's kind of like this is what it's
Yeah,
going to be. And but that's how good they are. That's how good OKC is. They make things boring because greatness is boring. So that's truly what it is. And San Antonio and Minnesota. Obviously, that's another injury hit team. Would like to see them at full strength because I think that when you talk about two people in terms of like faces of competitiveness in NBA basketball, you got to say Ant Edwards and Wemby. You can go back to the All Star game when
hmm
when Wemby was bringing it and set
right.
the tone in the beginning of the All Star game, and then you had this interview where you had and Edwards kind of filling out the vibe, and the reporter asked him and said, how do you feel out there? And he said that Wemby brought the energy, and I got to match that. So I like to kind of would see that for good theater and good narrative to kind of say, hey, listen, whatever happened in the All Star game, this is where we at now,
Yeah,
and now they're going at it to get to the Western Conference Finals. So kind of sad that we don't have that opportunity to kind of create that narrative, but I'm gonna say San Antonio. They have their guards are tremendous. They have a great role players that know their role.
hmm
You have a humble superstar, and you have also have another great players in Stephon Castle
yeah,
that can get it on both sides of the floor. So San Antonio is loaded, and it's strange. A long time ago I thought San Antonio was the most boring team in the NBA. And now with Wemby, I know these young exciting guards. They're probably one of the most exciting teams.
yep,
So my expectation is to get OKC and San Antonio in the Western Conference Finals. I think that it is what we want. It is what is written, and I think it's what is going to be written moving forward. If OKC wants to change the narrative of San Antonio defeating them in the regular season when it counted, I believe they were up like 3-1 or something like that. And so if
hmm
OKC can kind of shut down the whispers and dominate the Spurs or defeat them, that's a great story. If the Spurs continue their dominance and gets through the reigning champion is another story, and then you're heading into a whole new class where people are going to start saying that this is Wemby's time, and maybe kind of earlier than expected, but it's going to happen, and it's going to happen real soon. So whether it's not this year or the next year, Wemby's coming, and he's not. He ain't stopping.
he ain't
He ain't
stopping, bro.
stopping. He ain't stopping, and he's that's how dangerous he is, and that's how scary he is to know a guy of that stature, that size, and that ability can only get better. So just prepare the NBA. It's going to be a French connection. It's going to be dominant. So good storylines heading into the NBA playoffs. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. You made valid points in the fact that listen, there's no guarantee OKC if they get San Antonio in round two, round three, there's no guarantee OKC is gonna win because of what happened in the regular season. That then they met 5 times. Obviously, they had the whole NBA Cup situation, and I think it was 4-1 Spurs.
Might be.
So
I know it was. I know it was dominance where the sports radio airwaves were just saying how they've dethroned the reigning
Yeah.
champions without getting the championship. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean that's how close it is. That's what I mean. Honestly, that's what I want to see. I want to see the best beat the best, and I want to see that, right? So
Yeah.
if everybody really swinging on, the ladder of just the Spurs, and and OKC is got the most wins this season, and really had some challenges, and had Jalen Williams for half the season, and still the number one team in the league. So it says a lot about that team, how talented they are, how young they are, and scary for the league if they continue to keep this team together and figure out the cap and figure out salaries. This is going to be pretty
Yeah.
much a dangerous dynasty moving forward.
No, you're right, man. It's the future is bright regardless of people like Shea and Wemby, Ant Man. Uh, Luca has been around for a minute, but I don't think he's over 30 years old. So you got to put him in that category as well as a up and coming, well, not up and coming, but younger stars that will take over the NBA when that time happens. But you're watching Detroit Orlando Game 7 watch along here on It's in the Game podcast with myself, Randy Cruz, and Joe Cruz Jr. We have a 38-37 game with Detroit and Orlando in
Mhm.
Detroit, Game 7. Winner gets the winner of the Cavaliers Toronto series sometime next week. And that game will be decided later on tonight as well. Bancaro has 19 of the 37 for Orlando, and Cade Cunningham has 13 of the 38 for Detroit. And we're about at the 5.5 minute mark of the first half, and still very even, only 1 point game. So this is like a fucking boxing match going at it. And now it's like you got to see who is going to throw that punch that can be the monkey wrench for this game. And as of right now, AFC Orlando is not going away that easily.
No, I mean, just notice the coaching move that Jamal Mosey made. That Mo Wagner comes in for the minutes of
Yeah.
Bataze.
Mhm.
So you haven't seen Batazi all half. So that's the one move that he made, and bringing the opportunity for Wagner to come in.
Mhm.
Here's a guy that brings energy. Here's a guy that competes. Here's a guy that plays hard. He's a guy that will get hustle points, offensive rebound, block shots. Somebody who will dive and give up his body for the betterment of the team. So, good move by Mosley in terms of giving Wagner these minutes. Bataze has been somebody that's expected to have a good series, and I'm not sure if he's had the best series for his standards, and I don't think for the Magic standards. So good choice. Let's see how it works out. Maybe he brings in Bataja later on, maybe in the second half to see how the experiment works out with Wagner. But so far so good for that decision on Coach Mosley.
And it was very interesting. Um, as we see K looking for a shot and he puts one up and
Yep.
doesn't go. The fact that the rumors were before the playoffs even started that um that Mosley's job could be in jeopardy, whether they win or lose this
Yep.
series or whatever.
Hmm.
They go far. Just no matter what, players didn't want him around. They
Gotcha.
wanted him fired. I'm like, okay, you don't know who to believe, and you look at the series. It seems everybody's really tapped in. They're
Yep.
acclimated. They bought in chemistry, teamwork, and I mean, I hope he sticks around. You don't want anybody to lose their job, but I think the Orlando Magic, as the AFC, that really put on a show in the first round, and maybe it can lead to keeping Mosley's job at least one more year in Orlando. But because 2 weeks ago we thought this guy was going to be out of here, they thought Detroit in 4, Detroit in 5, and you turn around,
Right.
they're in a fucking game 7.
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me good shot by Jaren Kane, and
Mm,
these are the points you need Orlando to outset the second string players in terms of the Pistons. But yeah, Randy, 100% correct. Mosey's job security was suspect heading into the end of the season. As I mentioned to you earlier, the Magic have underperformed this season, I think, due to injury and the lack of star power in play at
mm,
times, especially that last game in Boston when they had the third string team and then they were trying to get in the playoff game and then they lost. So those moments make you feel like, hey, man, that Mosey has probably disconnected from the team or the players have not. 100% correct. Mosey's job security was suspect heading into the end of the season. As I mentioned to you earlier, the Magic have underperformed this season. I think, due to injury and the lack of star power in play at times, especially that last game in Boston when they had the third string team and then they were trying to get in the playoff game and then they lost. So those moments make you feel like, hey, man, that Mosey has or to have no more belief with Mosey. So if you tell me that you win this playoff series in the game 7 with a number 1 seed, I'm probably going to continue keeping you working over here. I think you found probably something that maybe wasn't working or available during the season because of injury and because of lack of availability for players. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean that should be legal screen. Good
Oh
call,
yeah,
ref.
yeah, they got
That should be that
it.
should be legal screen. Damn,
Yeah.
I felt that. Yeah, I mean we'll see, we'll see. I don't think his job is 100% secure. I don't think his job is um I would say gone. I would say in the next maybe 35 to 45 minutes or an hour we have left of this game, we're gonna find out
Mm.
his end result.
Um, all right, Tobias Harris gets a foul. I would like to think that obviously if they win, it does help the team. Like, all right, maybe we can keep him around because you got to look into the fact that we mentioned earlier they were hurt all season.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you had a full healthy squad and everybody's good and you're still an 8th seed and then you lose, that's one thing. But you know, I think they should run him back. Um, I think he's been there for a while, and he's actually helped build the team to where they at
No, for sure,
today.
for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Ben Carroll being an all-star, Wagner could have been an all-star if he was healthy. Um, you get Bain, so the premise was, all right, we're going for it now. We traded draft picks to get Bain. We got Bain, Ben Carroll, and Wagner as the core 3, and you get some other pieces. All right, Orlando's going right for it
Right.
to be a bigger, better team in the East. And just the injuries plagued them, and that's why they're number 8 going against number 1 right now. But I think Mosley should have the benefit of the doubt to come back next year and run it back as Bain
Good
hits a
shot,
3.
Bane. Good shot, Bane.
Um,
43-40, baby. Let's
and that's why you
go.
get a guy like Bain to knock one down because before they got
Exactly.
him, I don't know who was their sniper for Orlando.
Oh
So
no, I mean they didn't. That was the main thing this summer. Jesus, I can't you get a rebound. I told you,
yeah,
offensive
he-
rebounds are the most important thing for Orlando. You can't give these guys second, third shots. Jenkins right there. He's a threes, 43,
mhm.
43. 3:16 left into the second quarter. Lost my train of thought. Damn, I had that
He said
freaking.
Bain. That's why they traded for him, picked him up. Marksman, sniper.
Yeah, it was
That's what I said.
just another scorer, just somebody who can get you buckets, somebody who
Yeah.
doesn't scared of contact, somebody who can knock shots down, who can hit
Oh,
free
good
throws,
D.
and somebody who can play both sides of the ball. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you see the dividends working out for the Magic tonight and in the series, with them giving up the draft picks to keep him or to get him to this franchise. So I haven't seen Wendell Carter involved. I would like to see him more involved. I mean, obviously
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Black I mentioned earlier, I thought would be an X factor. I haven't seen him much involved. Jalen Suggs has been quiet, so it's scary to know that these guys are quiet and they're in this game. So
Mm-hmm.
and actually they're tied. So
Yeah.
but now when I said that, Kate has just hit one free throw. So 44-43. Yeah, so those guys are quiet, and you have a 1 point ball game, so you got to be a little optimistic, heading to the half, and hopefully those guys can get a couple of shots off before the half finishes to build confidence heading into the second half.
So we are almost at the 500 mark.
Appreciate
People who
y'all.
just tapped in. Thank you guys. Hold on. There you go.
You gotta use
All
your
right.
sound bites, man. You gotta use your sound bites, bro.
I know. I got a few, but it's not basketball oriented right now. I have the wrestling kind of mode
Let's go,
still, but
Paulo.
let's go. Ben Carroll. Ben Carroll.
40.
Ben,
Well, it's good. Yeah, I know. Detroit just scored a 3, so we gotta see who
damn.
scores that. Sorry for the little delay on just the feedback, y'all. We're just watching the game live, and then we have the score updated. So
Mhm.
Tobias Harris is a 3.
Oh,
I
that's
tell you what. Listen, I am not a fan of Tobias Harris, but he's so consistent. Jesus Christ, I don't know. His game is so ugly at times. I don't know how he scores, but he scores, man. And I gotta give it to him. He's so effective, and he's actually,
good save.
when stayed some of the games this series, because there was a moments when Detroit couldn't get any scoring punches, and Tobias has been one of those people that's been really put in the pain. So don't want to see this go down, but
Mhm.
Tobias scores again, and he hits the and one. Jesus,
Wow.
50-45, Pistons. We got an and one
Okay.
for Tobias. One shot coming up. 2:12 in the second quarter. And the bounce pass by Cade. Double pump. Here goes Tobias. Gets the contact. One with Carter and one. Scored a
Yeah,
bucket.
foul.
Yeah.
And I think now was a story for games. What was it? 3 and 4 that Detroit did not have that consistent second guy to score aside
Right.
from K. Yeah, we know Duran's an all star, but just to dump it off to someone and then be a sniper, they don't have that. So Tobias being the guy, he probably averaged what between I want to say 16, 17 a game in this series. Before I look it up, he's probably in that realm. But I mean, you do need that because Cade just can't go out there and get 35, 40 a night and have no other help.
No.
Um,
Not
Tobias
not
being
in
the
the
guy
playoffs.
is good. No, not in the playoffs. No,
Not in
no.
the playoffs, brother. I mean, regular season, you've seen the motorcade. I mean, that's why he was up an MVP in the first half of the season with
Hmm.
his play, but not like this. Not like this.
Wow. Oh
Who's
my
this
God, what are you
Bane?
doing, Bane?
Oh my God.
Yo, what?
What?
Oh God, yeah, that was
Ugh,
horrible.
nasty.
That's
Come on.
horrible.
Good, good. Yes. I'll take the foul. 51-45. Everybody watching. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We got about 5:45 in the chat, in the group.
Oh,
Whatever you're
please.
doing right now, we appreciate it. It's a Sunday. It's a blessed Sunday for everybody. Hope everybody's tuning in well. We're gonna watch along with my brother Randy Cruz, and we have the Orlando Magic versus the Detroit Pistons, Game 7 at Detroit. We got about a buck 50 left to the half, and we have the score 51-45. Detroit up in the second quarter.
Yeah, man. Gonna
What are they
get ready
checking
for
out,
the
Randy?
halftime. So
What are they checking out, Randy? What foul are they checking out? This
I
is the
think
official
they're.
review.
Oh,
Somebody got fouled. Was it
but
Carter? Was it? Yeah, I
I
think
think
Carter got fouled, right? Well, they might challenge it, maybe.
I think they're challenging either a foul, if there was a foul, or maybe a shot clock.
Okay.
I know Bancaro threw it up. I don't know if the clock was running down, so maybe they're checking
True,
out
true, true.
if the foul occurred before a shot clock violation. Um,
Here it
game,
goes. Philly versus New York, kid. Look
right,
at
game
this.
two. Oh, that's Wednesday in Minnesota, San Antonio. Game two
Yep.
Wednesday at 9:30. Philly and New York at 7. Yeah, man, and then those two are going to be very interesting to watch. Obviously, the Knicks and Philly from my vantage point, but I want to see the continued games of Wemby in the playoffs. Uh, and just see how Minnesota responds, knowing that their backs are against the wall, just from an injury standpoint.
Mhm.
Like that's a lot of ground to cover when you're missing the Samnu, Edwards, and Dante. That's
Yep.
a lot of points that's coming off the board, and you got to rely on Randall and McDaniels. And I know Gobert's been doing a great job defensively, but can you trust him? Can you believe in him offensively? Probably
Yep.
not. So the Mike Conley's got to step up, and you got to get some role players to, because that's not going to be an easy series to get one dub because we know how good San Antonio is. So they just got rid of Portland in 5. So you know if betting people might say San Antonio in 5, maybe 6. Can I give Minnesota 2 games? I want to say definitely 1, but can they get 2 games? I don't know. Unless the Ant-Man comes back and stuff like that. Look at Tobias Harris.
Oh my God. How
Just
you
that kind
fucking
of
like
night
this,
for
bro?
Tobias.
See, when shit like this happens, that means it's gonna be their night, and that's the shit I don't like. This guys like that, and that's what the Magic don't have is somebody that can counteract. Like that was Jalen Suggs. I don't think he scored yet. I mean, what's Jalen Suggs? He got 2 points,
We got 2, yeah.
and then Wendell Carter that scored is 4 point. You know what I'm saying? So like they
Mhm.
don't got somebody that really. Oh
And
God,
Tobias, another fucking 3. Wow. Wow.
yo, this is crazy. This is
Let's
fucking
see how much
crazy, bro. He has
Tobias
19.
got
He has
19.
17 in this quarter. He got 17 this quarter.
Yo, you're not gonna win if you're allowing that, bro.
Come on. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, now look at this. Now we can't make a fucking shot. Look at this.
Oh,
Oh,
is that no call?
come on, man. Like, I
Oh,
like
yeah.
Detroit, y'all. I do. Oh, man. Too much space. Duncan Robinson backboard shot. Now they about 11, y'all. Now they about
Mhm.
11. That's how quick the shit went. 18 to 4-1 in a 3-minute mark.
Yep.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Because it's the second option aside of Ben Carroll. Like this is where Bane's supposed to, you know, can't have Ben Carroll out there doing everything by himself. And another bucket for Ben
Good
Carroll.
bucket. Good bucket, Paulo.
Oh, let me get
Fucking,
it.
that's what I'm talking about. 49-58. Good bucket, Paulo. 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Detroit up 58-49. Bankero with 23 points, 9 of
Mm.
14 from the field, 5 rebounds. So
I mean, he can't be doing shit by himself. So second half, they
I
gotta they
can't.
gotta readjust and again. And now if you stop Tobias,
That shit
let
sounds
Cade.
crazy. Yo,
I know,
he
right?
makes this shit. I'm out. Oh, about to
No,
say, brother. Oh no, he called off. Oh, they
they
call
call a
loose ball
foul.
foul. They call loose ball foul on against. For Duran. I
Oh,
think
okay,
I
okay.
think Wendell Carter pulled him down. Fuck, man.
Mm, wow.
See the shot right here. Let's go. We got Duran. No, I think it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, Suggs pulled him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. Damn, that was delayed though. All right. Well, we got Jalen Duran at the free throw line shooting 2 with .5 seconds left to the half. 58-49 Pistons. And make that 59-49.
Yeah, Orlando's gonna have to tell you, man.
They got to pick it up. They need other scorers. Jalen Duran, one more shot.
Does he? Yeah, I think he gets it. Yeah. All right. .5 to go.
Yep.
Looking like Detroit will be up by 11 at the half.
And that's the half. 60-49. Detroit Pistons up over Orlando Magic. What
Yep.
happened to Jalen Suggs right here?
Oh no.
Oh, God.
I didn't see what. Oh, he's limping. They're reviewing something. I don't know what
What?
they're
What
reviewing, but
happened?
damn.
What did we miss?
Oh, well, I
He
can't. I
must have
can't. I
got
can't.
hit on
I
the
can't play the
shot.
audio. So.
No. So right now, y'all, if you're tuning in with us, obviously we appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a challenge foul, it seems, against for Jalen Suggs. It seems that the last second shot that he took at half to close the half, there seems to be a foul.
Oh,
And
it's probably
oh
how.
yeah, and it seems to be on Kay Cunningham stepping on the ankle of Suggs. So we're not sure
Damn.
there's going to be 3 shots. So right now we have 60-49. Pistons up in the half, and we waiting on the referees to give us an update on this last second foul that
So I'm
that's
trying
on
to
review.
see how Cade.
Well, K came in and jumped up and landed on his other foot.
Oh, so it's the left ankle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh shit! He said no foul.
It
Oh
probably
shit!
happened after the buzzer.
Wow.
Yep.
Talk about home cooking, y'all. Wow. Anyway, that's the
Yep.
half, y'all. 60-49. Pistons up.
Over almost about to be 700 people who have tapped in on social. Thank you guys, really appreciate it. If you are watching us, hit us up in the chat. We'll get right to it. Let us know your thoughts on Game 7 first half, Detroit, Orlando, even Philly and Boston last night. We have the Raptors and the Cavaliers Game 7 tonight. Or anything you want to talk about regarding the NBA playoffs. Joe Cruz Jr., Randy Cruz here on It's in the Game podcast. You can find the podcast on youtube.com/cruise control podcast. Go ahead, download the rates, comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. You can find myself, Randy J. Cruz, on all social media platforms at TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter JCRUZ. Find my brother Joe at either Hoops in the Sun or J. Cruz CEO. Our third man, Denny Blanco, I guess he got tied up with some family stuff, so maybe he'll join us, maybe he won't. You might have me and Joe rocking out with you for the entire second half of this game. We would not be doing the Game 7 watch along for Toronto and Cavaliers, but at some point during the week, we'll get back on for a specific game that we are all available. So, real quick, your thoughts on Orlando, Detroit first half, and what does Orlando need to do to win this game coming up in the second half?
Well, I thought it was I mean a very competitive, interesting first half. Obviously we mentioned it throughout the course of the show, Rennie, that Orlando's issues is there's no second, third scorers for Paulo. So the Robins that are needed for the Batman, they're not available right now, and that starts with Wendell Carter, and that starts with Jalen Suggs. Wendell Carter has 4 points. Jalen Suggs has 2 points. Jared
Damn.
Kane, of all people, has 5 points. And then you have people like Anthony Black has 4 points, and you have Mo Wagner with three. So, the story of the season, the story of this series is this is the Paulo show, and then he needs a supporting cast to come in and produce. And this is the do or die game, and hopefully Jamal Mosey and his team is preparing his team to let them know that this is one more half left, and we got to bring it. And if not, we're going to be sent home.
Hmm.
And for the Pistons, solid half. We had Cade Cunningham doing what he does best and controlling the game and scoring and rebounding and assist. You have flashes of Tobias Harris having a throwback, you know, um, game and doing what
Hmm.
he does best in terms of this series and being an unsung hero for the series in terms of scoring and providing Cade with other opportunities of firepower that he needs to get through this round. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we expected. A couple of changing with coaches' moves and things like that, which is great to see. But right now, I mean, it's up for the grabs. Magic make a couple of new adjustments and
Yeah.
changes. You'll hopefully we'll get a better outcome from Orlando. Detroit, they're home. They're riding the wave. They have the momentum going up at the half is always a good thing. So interesting how the second half will be, and we'll definitely bring it to you guys live.
Yeah, I think they got to get that second scoring option aside from Bankero because I saw Bankero. The next leading scorer is Bain with 8. So you know that's going to be the guy that's either going to make this team win or lose. Aside from Bankero, you need the firepower, the punch from Bain. We don't know about Suggs because of the ankle injury. We don't know if he'll be back in the third quarter. Hopefully, he will be. But you gotta offset what Detroit is doing because what Detroit is doing, you got two guys in double figures with Cade and Tobias, but then like Duran is right there with nine and 8 rebounds. You gotta
Hmm.
keep Duran off the offensive glass, and if you I'm gonna sound crazy, but if you shut down Tobias Harris, then everything is on K to be the one man guy, the one man gang to propel the victory. But once you start getting Tobias and some other guys involved, that is what spreads the floor open. Where now you can't even double Cade because someone is going to be open and those guys are going to be more involved in the game. But Orlando, if you do better on the rebounding, get the second option of scoring from Bain and box out Duran and stop Tobias Harris, you got a shot because you were only down by 11. So if you're down by 20 or 21, different story. But you're only down 10, 11 points. A couple threes, you're right back in the game. But I think the third quarter will let everybody know if Orlando's going to win this game or Detroit.
I mean, right now everything leads to the Pistons winning the game. Right now they
Mhm.
are just a star matchup. 23-15. Kate Cunningham. He has 9 assists. He has that's the highest he has had in the playoff.
Mhm.
So you can tell that he's controlling the game, even though he's not rebounding at all.
Yeah.
Cade has a grasp on this, and the fact that he's able to see double teams, he's able to swing the ball, and he's able to feel confident passing it to Tobias to give him another scoring punch. And Duran's doing a good job on the boards, and other people are playing their role. So I think right now the momentum leads to Detroit. I want to see the Orlando Magic put a little fight one more time heading into the third quarter to let the Pistons know that they're here and there's going to be a dogfight. But right now, if my analysis speaks to me correctly, right now I'm gonna go with Detroit because they have the home court advantage and they have a star in Cade and somebody who's been proven to score or put the ball in the hole and has been really right now assisting very well and contributing to everybody, contributing to to this ball game.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Just they got to figure it out. So because if you're an Orlando fan and you're like, oh, we're up 3-1, and then in game 6 you up by 24, you lose that at home, and then to maybe potentially lose a game 7, it's like those would be the worst days. Like, you're a
Yeah,
fan, so you ride the wave with them up, and you gotta ride the wave with them down when things are going not your way. But I mean, listen, down by 11, that you're right. You're right there.
yeah,
You get a couple key baskets, some stops, um, and then you put the pressure on Detroit for that second half because they're the ones under the most pressure. The Magic is playing with house money. Like, yo, we're eighth seed, we're game 7, it's whatever. Like, all right, but Detroit, you're the one seed. They talk about conference finals and championship. Like, if you don't get out the first round as a one seed, then it's like your summer is gonna be so crazy where like you can't even think about, like, you don't even want to talk about basketball, you don't want to think about basketball, you want to get away from it because that's all you're gonna hear. But Orlando, man, listen, just keep on doing what you're doing, um, and just make this a ball game. Because the last thing, as a fan, you don't want this to become a 15-point lead and 20, whatever, and it then becomes boring. Is out of place.
yeah.
So
That's what they can't afford either. They
close.
can't. They can't afford that. They can't afford to go down by 15, 16, 17. Not at Detroit. And no disrespect to the Magic, but you just lost a 24-point lead at home. Let alone you're away and you're already down, and to come back and climb even further to prevail to win this game on the road is you asking a lot for not only Paulo but from people who need to step up. And right now, those people haven't really stepping up. So, it'd be interesting to see how the coaches come out and what they would do in second half. But definitely need to get Suggs involved. I don't see him impact defensively. And if you're not going to bring impact defensively, you got to at least provide some kind of offense. So right now he's the weakest link. So hopefully he can come in the second half and produce and get this
Mhm.
Magic team going.
So I'm looking on Twitter just to kind of kill some time, and I did see this. Can I share this tab instead? All right, boom. So I came across that the last time the Orlando Magic won a playoff series was a 4-0 series sweep over the Atlanta Hawks in 2010. So they had not won a playoff series in 16 years. So Um, yeah, I saw Vince, I saw Dwight. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And Dwight 21-13 that series. Even Vince Carter was doing some work, and obviously this was posted before the game started. But
Mhm.
16-year drought of winning a series, not making the playoff, but winning a series in the playoffs. 16 years for the Magic. So
Tells you
yeah.
why Jamal Mosey's job's on the line, right? Tells you exactly why
Mhm,
Orlando is itching for this victory. And like I said, Game 6 is it. And if the Magic don't want to really pay the repercussions for the loss on Game 6, they gotta win this game. And
mhm.
if they don't win this game, I get Franz is out. I just feel there'll be some changes being made, or there'll be something going on with the Magic because, as you said earlier, with them getting Bane, that tells everybody that they're going all the way in. And in terms of that, in terms of the production and then being ousted in the first round or barely getting the playoffs, this is going to be a situation where not even Jamal Mosey can save himself on this one. So let's see. That's why we play the game. That's why any given Sunday anybody can win. So
Yep.
the Magic have a chance, and they put themselves in positions before to beat the odds. So let's see what happens.
Uh, yeah. Um, Still a whole half to go, and you never know what could happen. Don't mind me. I'm looking on Twitter to
No, you're
see
good. You're good.
what else
You're
we
good.
can bring up, and because it's a lot of time to kill when you do these watch-alongs, and obviously, when myself and Kenny do these for Raw, SmackDown, wrestling, it's it's just a lot of stuff going on, so there's rarely like downtime. But now NBA is a quarter, the timeout, commercial,
Let's talk about
halftime.
the
Oh,
NBA awards. Let's talk about the NBA first team. Let's talk about the coach of the year. Let's talk
they
about those
gave it out?
things.
No, not yet, right?
No, I'm saying we can talk
Oh,
about who we feel, or you want to just look up some stuff online and see what
Mhm.
we can pick up?
Uh, I
With
think you
any
and
fans that
Devin.
want to chat with us, we can take some questions on the show if
Mhm.
they want.
Yeah, I think you guys mentioned in the Nick Atlanta game, like MVP. I think we're going with Shea on that one.
Yes,
I think Wemby could have been up for it as well. Most improved went to Alexander Walker.
love it.
Um, Rookie of the year went to Cooper Flag. I think months ago we thought it was going to be Knipple from Charlotte, or maybe at least Cole, but they
Yeah,
went the single route with Cooper Flag being the number one overall pick and
yeah.
leading the Mavericks in certain stat categories. So congrats to Cooper Flag. But we still got the MVP to announce. We got the Coach of the Year to announce.
Hmm.
First team, second
Second
team.
team. Yep.
Uh, we were struggling with the first team because, as far as the East goes, like what big man would you put on there?
I'm gonna
Like,
go Karl Anthony Towns
mhm,
for me. If he's gonna go just strictly on the East, I'm gonna go with him. I think. I mean, who's better than him on the East besides Duran? I think Duran had a very good season. I don't know if he had a better season than Towns but I mean, either I would say actually, you know what? Let me refrain that. I would say either one of them two. Either one of them two. They had a really good season. Dylan Duran was obviously an all-star, and I don't think
yeah,
nobody projected him to be an all-star
but
this fast.
they're both all stars. So,
Well, I mean, Cat's been there as a T Wolf and a Nick. I'm talking about like just
mhm,
off the grid, and I'm saying an all star Jalen Duren. I think people will kind of say K first before Jalen Duren.
yeah. Then we had Cade for sure. Then it was damn Cade Eastern Conference. Brown, Jalen Brown.
I would say yeah. Nobody thought the Celtics would be second seed.
Um, you could throw in, you could have Brunson in there in that
Yeah, we said
mix.
Brunson, K, Jalen Brown, Towns or Duren, and then
Who else are we really
the
potentially
four, like a four. Um,
not Giannis, not
no,
Embiid?
no. Oh, Maxi too.
Maxi could be it. Then it's going to be guard heavy,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
or Donovan Cavaliers.
Very guard heavy. Trying to find like a swing, like a swing forward that is
Hmm.
killing. But I don't know who's doing on the East right now.
Yeah, and then the West was easy. Like Shea, Joker, Wemby. I think I said KD
Luca, right? Was it Luca?
and Luca.
I don't know if it's KD. You might have said somebody else before. I think Dennis said
No,
KD.
but he said Ant Man, but I think Ant Man with the games of being
Oh right, he
played.
was eligible. Yeah, right. You did mention that.
That's why I was like, yo, I think KD might get that one. Um, I mean, if you see the numbers for regular season, then you thinking like, oh, now I can see why um he's in there. So I mean, I think they should be announcing these pretty soon.
I mean, they should. I mean, damn, it's
Like how
about to
long
be
you
a
fucking
second
wait for?
round. Like, come on, man. It's a regular season awards. You should already have this done already.
Yeah, like how long you gonna fucking wait for? Like when the shit is over, the finals.
NBA wants drama. You know that. You know the NBA wants drama.
No, definitely, definitely. Did you see the thing about the Philly fans don't want the Knicks fans to travel to Philly to
I
buy
tried to
tickets?
look for a ticket. They did it to me.
Really?
Yep. And then I actually went from two tickets to one ticket. And I was able to get one ticket, but it was like $300 and change. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Because I was thinking about going to a game, figuring in New York, but New York is expensive, obviously. And I said, let me go see if I take a ride. And actually,
Hmm.
what they were saying online is true because they went to check your zip code and check your credit card where you live at. So
Wow.
it did for real, for real, for real. And then for the first time, I've ever seen Ticketmaster ever look like a sneaker app where like you look for a ticket and it shows like a robot, like this is just verifying, verifying, verifying. I'm like, the fuck? It's a ticket. And then when I went from two tickets to one, I was able to get one ticket. It was like oh shit, right now it's about
Hmm. All right. So looking like
330.
330.
$330 for a ticket in Philly. And that's like in section 200s and change. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. I mean, which is less than New York. I'd say that much.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I mean, I look right now just to save time, which the game's about to come on in a minute, but just for
But
the sake of time, I'll check it out.
for the 815 who have checked us out, thank you guys. We really appreciate it. Whether you hung out for a second or for a minute. This is the Game 7 watch along for Orlando, Detroit. In Detroit, anybody got questions, comments, or feedback regarding Game 7 with this game, Game 7 last night, or Game 7 tonight with Toronto and Cleveland? Hit us up in the chat, whether on X or on YouTube. As the
Real quick, man. Philly, $299, section 219A.
damn, I mean,
That's for Philly at Philly. I'm gonna check New York in a minute. Again, I'm sorry.
Detroit up 13 now, bucket by Cade Cunningham to start the third quarter off. Oh, we got a steal. A steal by Detroit. Duncan Robinson for 3 off the mark, rebounded by Banchero. So, as you see on the screen, the score says it was a 15, but now a 13-point lead for Detroit.
Duncan Robinson
64-51.
with a dunk. Yeah, this is not good. This don't look good for them. This don't look good. And then the Knicks at section 414 is at 491 for game 1.
I bet.
That's for game 1. Game 2. I'll tell you guys right now.
Yeah.
Game 2, 549 for section 420, row 7.
Wow.
See why I was trying to go to fucking Philly? I said, let me catch this ride. I could drive there with you real quick, check the game, but that's a lot of bread.
No, it is.
Especially get to Philly, you know. Okay, Wendell Carter. Damn, can you play a little hard? Let's go. 51-64, y'all. 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Right now, we got the possession down to Orlando. We got Paolo with it. Got a steal by Tobias Harris. It's been an excellent game today. I mean, both sides of the floor, he's been able to be very consistent. And we got a foul call on Paolo.
Oh, boy. Comes the home calls, huh?
You know it. You know it. Jalen Suggs, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 points, bro. Wow.
But is he? Okay, so he is playing. All right, at least he's back.
Yeah. And they doubling K too. Jaren misses a shot. Defensive rebound. Kane to Bane. Bane drives it, kicks it to Wendell. Wendell gets a screen, kicks it to Jalen Suggs. Pick and pop to Wendell Carter. Bricks the shot. Rebound to Bias. Tough shooting night for Orlando. Tough shooting afternoon. Tough. Right. What team do you see Cade in the All NBA? Because he's eligible to make the All NBA team. Do you see him first, second team, and
probably first, yeah.
And why?
Cade Cunningham. Oh, I mean the best record in the East and All-Star and 20. They get 25, 28 a game. Like, they won 60 games. Hold on.
Our boy Kendrick said that the Magic about to quit. Oh, good block. See the 50-50. Oh man, the 50-50 play. Look at Derwin rebounding. Magic don't look good, Randy. They don't look good coming out third quarter. They look one step behind. They look slow. They look like they're not competing. They look like the game is over. I mean, they're making some defensive plays, but they're not getting the possession, and that's what you need against Detroit. You need to get the possession and get opportunity to score. If the inbounds to Cade, kicks it out to Tobias. Good defense. Air ball. Good defensive stop.
13-point lead for Detroit. 8.5 to go in Detroit. I'm going to see if the Orlando Magic has another run in them. As Banchero goes up, missed, and rebounded by Cade. So Banchero is still at 23. Cade with the left-handed dunk,
Shit is
and
over,
it's
man. I'm telling you.
officially a 15-point lead for Detroit in Game 7. So Orlando, we don't know if they're slowing down or
Might be
the
beginning and end, y'all. Beginning of the end.
the, the pressure is mounting for a Game 7 Orlando and Detroit, man. I don't know. I mean, they still got a shot, man. They still got a shot, but you got to get stops. You got to get the second chance points and
They
a
need Franz
second
Wagner, man.
consistent scorer.
They need Franz, man.
And
They
he
need
Wagner.
Franz, bro. They need Franz.
I think that's what happened. You don't if Wagner would have played Game 6.
But no, but no. But France didn't play, so you can't say if. But they were up by 24 without him. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like they didn't
True,
even
yeah,
have.
right.
They didn't need France. I mean, you need France now to close out, but you was up 24 without France. You could have
Well,
closed that shit out without France
and he
at
didn't play.
home.
And he didn't play Game 5. So maybe if he played Game 5,
Maybe,
maybe
maybe.
you never
I'll
know.
give you
But
that.
Detroit is good though, regardless. You're not gonna for them to be a 1 seed and then lose in 5. That'll be fucking insane. Like, damn, what the fuck
Bad,
happened?
bad.
But we are
It's
here
got to
now.
get. Yeah, it's about to be bad.
Yep.
I don't know why we do these watch alongs. Sometimes we get these blowout games, right? The last time we did the game, we got the Knicks and Hawks. We had a fucking 60-point blowout, and then we over here trying to ramble ourselves out of a freaking game, and then here we got the Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic giving us a looks to be competitive, but getting to a point where it's gonna be a snore fest. So
Yeah.
hopefully, we don't get one of another of these watch along games because just so everybody watching, we're not sure we're gonna do a 7:30 show to watch along with the Raptors and the Cavs. So maybe Denny might be on for that one or myself. We'll see. But we hope that this game turns out to be a good one because this should be a good one. It's Game 7, y'all. We shouldn't be no blowouts. But after the Knicks and Hawks, nothing's impossible.
Yeah, man. I was and listen, if
That
we
was a
did one
beatdown.
if we did one last night, the game was close. Detroit, Philly and Boston. That was a nice up and down game. And I seen Boston down 15-18. They come right back, and that would have been a nice game to really do the watch along. And it's but
I
no,
know, I know.
the two games we did it is
Okay.
blowouts.
You got that one, Randy. We heard you loud and clear. You could put the little bomb on that, okay? We heard you. We heard you.
No,
We,
I'm not.
we,
I'm
we
not
ain't gonna
saying we
miss it.
didn't do it. I'm just saying if we had done it, it would have been a better game to watch than the one we're looking at now, and the one we did with New York and Atlanta.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yep, that's a fact. Yeah, I
We
don't
say
think
that
it's
now because we saw a dope game, but it could have been a blowout when we got in the mic. Doesn't know. But
Yep.
let's have some better energy. We're gonna get through this watch along. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get through this watch along. They're showing the old
Told you.
Pistons and Magic rivalry with T Mac and Chauncey Billups. So I'm not sure if y'all watching anybody, but if you're tuning along, they're showing some of the history with Billups 2003 first round matchup with the Magic and the Pistons.
Told you.
That was a good team, Randy. That Pistons team with Billups and Rip Hamilton and Ben Wallace. That was a hell of a team.
Yeah, that was the year before they won the title. 03, they lost in the conference finals to, you remember, Joe?
Hey, come on, man. You're the walking encyclopedia. I don't know that
Detroit
shit.
lost in the conference finals to this team that made the NBA finals in 2003.
NBA Finals 2003. Was that the Spurs?
Okay, that's the West. Who did San Antonio play in the finals in that year?
Orlando?
No,
No,
no.
because 2003 LeBron got drafted.
Yeah, so it wasn't. No, this is
Oh,
before LeBron got drafted.
so who is it? Tell me. I don't want I don't want to bore the fans because I don't know.
New Jersey.
Put the bomb in that, please. Please.
Tobias Harris with a 3.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's looking
Shit's
a
getting
little
whack.
Memphis bleak for Orlando right now.
This shit is getting whack. Come on, y'all. Oh God.
Nah, it's the defense, bro. You can't even get a fucking shot.
Genesis can't make a fucking shot to save his life, bro. All right, man. 69-51, 7 minutes and change left in the third quarter. Pistons are putting the beat down on the Magic right now. Kate Cunningham, he's in his bag, man. He's up by 20 now, guys. 51-71, 6:58 left in the second in the third quarter. Randy, this is K got 21 and 8, 6 of 14 from the field. Efficient
Yep.
game. And then we don't have a comeback. We don't got a point guard that can outscore him or put some points on the scoring board. And as I say that, there's a out of bounds on Detroit Magic Ball.
Mhm. Yeah, man. Down 20 with 6.5 to go in the third. This is why you play the season to get the home court for potential game 7, and Detroit is doing everything they can to make sure they punch their ticket to the conference semis,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing just that with a 20-point lead at the
Facts.
moment. And Cade will sit down, 6.5 to go, so he can get some more rest. And
Yeah.
if Orlando does not respond in the next 6.5, then you already know the kind of vibes are going to be in the fourth quarter. Carter
Oh
for three,
God,
bam.
Javon Carter
Ben
making shooting
Caro
threes.
with
Ben Caro,
the
let's go.
all right. The lead down to 18, 25 for Ben. 20. He pretty much has half the fucking points, and that's
Wow.
what I'm saying. Like the next leading scorer is 8 with Bane.
Yeah, yeah. This is bad. I mean, bad for the Magic, good for the Pistons. They definitely executing their plan, and that's just to isolate or
Mhm.
double team Paulo and force the other teammates to make shots, and they're not able to make shots, and
Yeah,
that's bad. You got Javon Carter shooting threes, and that's not what you want in the playoffs.
yeah.
You got Bane with a running hook. You
Okay,
got
Bane.
okay, 55-71, 5:45 left in the third. Bane
Hmm.
makes his bucket. That gives him 10 points for the game.
Yeah, but I need more than that. I need more than 10 than from Bane. So you're not gonna win with that stat line.
That's a
But
fact, bro.
if you get it done, if you get it done to 10 before the fourth,
Right.
you still got a shot. But you got to stop these Tobias Harris and Jenkins people.
Oh
You
my
got to
god.
steal.
Thank you.
If
Thank you. Without calling
you
a
get a
foul.
bucket, that'd be great.
Yeah, but you know
Uh,
what is Magic take struggle to score. Look at this.
yeah,
Struggle to score. Struggle, bro.
because they're going
Jeez.
through one guy.
Yeah, but they don't pick and roll with this one guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is ISO. Like, I
Hmm.
get it. But anyway, we're here to watch the game. We're here to have a good time with our fans. Thank you for every 900
Yep.
people that tapped in on YouTube, on all our social media platforms. Shouts to everybody tuning in. We appreciate it. We know it's a Sunday. Thanks for tuning in with the coolest brothers in the town, Joe and
Yep.
Randy Cruz. Holding it down for our partner Dennis, who's actually tied up with some family stuff right now. So we're gonna hold it down. We'll let you know we're gonna do a show at 7:30, which we're gonna do hopefully to watch along with the Toronto Raptors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Trying to
Hey
give you
man,
some new
that's on
content.
you guys. That's on you guys. So I know
Well,
I
Denny
can't
should
have
put some
you.
time in. Denny could put that time in.
Yeah, uh, I'm not. I don't know about me doing another 3 hours, bro. I got
Okay.
6 hours in this chair games. I'm like, yo,
No problem. Then we're good.
that's tough.
You answered the question, so we on to the next. So maybe tomorrow, Randy. What we got coming on?
Tomorrow I think I'll be at the Garden tomorrow.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy. He
Yeah.
got access to go work for the team he works for and who he loves and who they love. So when are we back on? You think Tuesday? You think, or maybe obviously next week. Obviously, right?
I think once we know the schedules of all right, so 13-point lead, they cut it down, 7-0 run by Orlando. So in the last 2-11, my boy Kenny chimed in. He's a big Detroit Pistons fan, so I know he's watching very closely. Just like the 900 people that have tapped in. So I know that more numbers come in from Twitter than YouTube, which I'm trying to get more balance with the YouTube, but majority of the 906 are from X. So regardless, thank you guys for tapping in, just checking us out. This is the watch along for Game 7, Orlando and Detroit. If you're watching us on X, you can hit us up on Randy J Cruz, RENDY, letter JCRUZ. If you're on YouTube, youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Again, go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. We are going once the game is over. We'll figure out if we're doing Game 7 tonight of Toronto and the Cavaliers. If not, I'll put out the schedule on social for the next time. We'll do a watch along because I want to get the schedule ready. I know tomorrow is New York, Philly. I think maybe San Antonio and Minnesota is game one tomorrow. Tuesday might be the realm of OKC and the Lakers, and
Nice.
I believe one of these Eastern Conference games, the winner of Orlando Detroit against the winner of the Cavs in Toronto will be on Tuesday, and then Wednesday is New York, Philly, and Minnesota and San Antonio. So I think that's how the schedule will go. But
Okay.
we're gonna figure it out. Either
We'll
way,
figure
we
it out,
thank you
y'all.
guys for hanging out with us. We have another maybe hour to go. We are at the 4.5 mark of the third quarter. Detroit up by 13. We'll see if Orlando can make a run to make this thing more interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's a solid game for Detroit. They're getting, listen, if you're getting 22 from Tobias and it's still third quarter, then that's the other spark plug that you guys needed to propel yourself to be up by 13 right now. And that's the problem with Orlando. They don't have the 22 for Bain to catch up and be tied up. So that's the missing link right now.
Definitely is. We're gonna figure out to see what they come up with in terms of. I think the last 7 points, the 7-0 run was Paulo. So, if they get a little bit of help, for anybody, I think that this will help out the Magic obviously and bring this game closer. I would like to see the Pistons challenge. I'd like them to see sweat a little bit to see how they can either counteract or if not, how the Magic can overstep that and take over the game. So still more time to play, Randy. A lot more time to go. You know how NBA is; things can change in a heartbeat. So,
Yep.
as once down 20, now down 13, the Magic. Good run by the Magic. Good run by Paulo actually, putting them on their back.
Hmm.
Um, and Bain with an extra 2 points. So probably 5-0 run from Paulo. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, they'll can come out with a little more fight, bring this game a little closer, so we can get some good basketball tonight.
Seeing the injury report for the Philly New York game one, Joel Embiid right now is probable with a right hip contusion, and Maxi is available, even though he got a right finger tendon strain splint. Yeah, they're gonna go all out with any injury they got. So I respect it, but we'll see what happens tomorrow in game
Yeah.
one. The Knicks, so Jeremy Sohan probable left hamstring tightness. Otherwise,
Mhm.
everybody's good to go as far as
Should
the
be
Knicks
4 days
go.
off, 60-point blowout. Half
Yeah.
the starters played third quarter was out.
Hmm.
Everything is orange and blue skies right now. Don't want to jinx the Knicks. They're looking really good. I'm really excited to see if they could bring the same fire and competitiveness that they had against the Hawks, where they felt like not only they made a statement, but they were the superior team. They're the most dominant team. And with teams like this, Randy, when you got the Celtics out and you have teams kind of,
Oh, Lord, the foul.
are you watching that? Oh,
Yeah,
you know
sorry.
what? I haven't seen the silver. They put the silver in. That was
Okay.
that was cool. Okay, I haven't seen the silver play.
Yeah,
Randy,
Detroit up 17 now.
they don't tell you how much time the silver play, right? I gotta go. I'm gonna go check that.
Yeah, we got to go to a different site for that.
Kid Cunningham, fucking Kid Cunningham, bro. Fucking guy's nice. Fucking guy's nice, bro. Seeing him in Oklahoma State, fucking nice. Yes.
3.5 to go. Detroit up 17, 75-58 as Ben Carroll looking to score, but dumps it off to what the fuck was that?
Yeah, this, this Silver only played 4 minutes, and he was
That's it.
actually, he was actually really swinging it. Like he really was doing it in the
Mm,
previous series. Wagner has 6 minutes, 16 seconds. Javon Carter 8 minutes, which I don't know how effective that is.
yeah.
Anthony Black only has one bucket. He has 21 minutes. So I mean, and so does Jalen Suggs, 23 minutes, one bucket. 26 minutes, Wendell Carter, 2 buckets. I mean, Yeah, Jamal Mosey is smiling through this pain right now. He's just trying to find everything right now to kind of get a spark and trying to see how they can get this young team to kind of fight through this little slump right now. So Jamal Mosey bringing out De Silva, bringing out Mo Wagner in this game. So definitely seeing some, and also Javon Carter playing some more minutes and Cade Cunningham for fucking three.
Three.
Back
20.
by 20, that quick of a timeout. And that's what a real good team does. Cade Cunningham 26, 8 for 16, 4 out of 6 for 3-point line. I mean, can't ask anything more from a first time, from a first team All NBA. Somebody who's your franchise and somebody who he definitely puts on their back, and that's the Pistons. So good to see K with that three, and now the Pistons up by 20.
Yeah. 2:52 to go. And looking like we might be a little autopilot for the fourth quarter, just some chill mode
Shit. And
until Orlando
I
makes a
think Paolo's
last
missed a
run.
shot. He just missed a
Yeah.
shot. I think there was a defensive 3 seconds. So
Mhm.
score still 58-78.
Yep.
Don't do that. Let's go, Randy.
I'm
Let's go,
trying, brother.
Randy. I know, brother. All right, baby.
Oh man.
One more's there, baby. Oh man, I thought this was fourth quarter.
Nah, you know what it is? I think when we do the wrestling, I can actually hear the audio. I think now because I don't want to get blocked, whatever, taken down. So I'm like, no audio, no video. I got
I
the
mean, you
thing on
can
the
put it
iPad.
low. You can put it low.
Nah, with these people last year, nah.
Oh, that's right. You got Twitter jail. I forgot. You was in there
Yeah,
for a
I was
minute.
there for 3 months.
Yeah, you was in jail for 3 months. I
Nah,
forgot.
man.
I forgot. I forgot.
Nah.
You was in Twitter police.
If I had the noise, I'll be more like, yo, I can like be more into it. Just
How about if I play it for my room?
nope. It's still
No.
the feed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I meant Studio B.
that's right. Bankera got fouled, going to the line,
That's what the
down
story.
18.
That's a story, Randy. I mean, pretty much, it's been a Paulo Banchero show, and I don't think anybody else wants to play today because
Mhm.
Paulo's pretty much got the core of their points,
Yeah.
and he looks tired, but he's pushing through, and you can tell he's a warrior, and that's what I want to see from a number one draft pick.
hmm Yeah, but they're not getting any other help, bro.
They're not. They're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Our boy Ken said, like, if Wagner was involved in this and still involved, like, I think Orlando would have won this shit.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Kendra just shouted us out on the chat. I definitely agree with what he said. If Franz Wagner didn't get hurt, this series is over. Yeah, I mean they're struggling for a shot. They just can't get. They just can't no.
Mhm.
They can't get no rhythm, no fluidity, and their offense is stagnant, especially in the half court, and they can't get no stops to get fast breaks. So it's tough for Orlando right now. It's tough to watch.
Yeah. All right, looking to close out the third quarter. Detroit up 18, 145 to go. Looking to take command of this game and of this series. And a possible date with the Cavaliers or Toronto Raptors for Detroit. No matter what, they get home court regardless. So, but still, should be a fun matchup with either of those teams, unless barring any miracle comeback from Orlando. Right now, looking like Detroit will be in the conference semis.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
never know.
That's what we're here for. That's why we have those fans in the chat trying to see what's going on. Probably some of them traveling on the road. They can't really get to a TV, or if not, they're watching us on top of that. We definitely appreciate it. And here goes the Tobias Harris show. Back to a 20-point goal ball game, 80-60, 122 left into the third quarter. Orlando Magic is down. Tobias 24 points, X factor for the game so far. Unexpected 24 points in the game 7. Definitely has helped out Cade Cunningham in the scoring department. And you want the same thing for Paolo and the Orlando Magic, where Paolo needs a lot of help scoring right now and definitely needs some stops.
Yeah. 20-point lead. Come, Tobias is 9 for 16,
Mhm.
3 for 5 from three, 24 from Tobias. So I mean, listen, in the game seven, you need the extra help, and to get it from him,
Yep.
kudos to Detroit. I know Orlando wish they had that second scoring guy, because right now Bain has 10 and Bancaro is at the 31-point mark. So he really has half of the points.
I mean, yeah. I think he's the only one that got in that bus and got ready for this game today. To be honest with you, and he's shot. He's shooting 50% from the field.
Hmm.
Paulo makes the first out of two. 80
Yep.
to 61. 108 left in the third quarter. One more shot for Paulo.
Yeah, I want to start getting like the sound effects, like like a free throw, something like this.
Okay.
That's what I gotta start doing.
Paulo makes a second. 62 to 80. Pistons are up. Paulo with 32. 9 points in the third quarter. Offensive
Oh,
foul.
offensive
Good
foul.
call. Good call.
Okay, I'm
Good
about to
call.
say.
Okay, it's the stop you need, Orlando. Let's go. Good offensive foul by Mo Wagner, taking the offensive foul from Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, that's a charge. Good call.
Damn. I mean, listen, man. We saw Detroit come back from 24 in Game Six. Now, can Orlando come back from 18 down? Like, anything is possible, but uh, you're running out of time.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're
and
running out.
oh,
Good say.
good save. Oh, never mind. Was
Wagner.
gonna say good save, but
Yeah,
out of bounds.
that's
Out of bounds.
man. I thought you mentioned a little bit about my hat. I'm trying to be a little more festive on the show, trying to be a little more like,
Yeah.
you know,
The
um,
Nick Bucket
it's in the
hat,
game. It's in the game. Censored sports and sportscasting. I just thought you'd get a little more reaction from my
Yeah.
hat because sometimes when Dennis is on, you got the reaction with the glasses and the extracurricular activities. I brought my little hat after the,
I
you
like
know.
it. I
Thank you,
respect
brother. I
it.
appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you
Yeah.
can't
I mean,
say shit to
I
me,
got the
but
shirt, the shirt on. So
I feel you. I feel you. You always dress fantastic, but I'm not really a regular Nick fan like that. So I'm just
mhm.
kind of like giving you guys some little flowers today because you guys getting your rest, watching these teams compete it out and
Yeah,
exhaust themselves, so you guys get a little advantage heading into game one in the conference semifinals.
yeah. But shout out to our people at the Bronx natives with the shirt. Really appreciate this.
Bronx
They
natives.
do great work. Um, but Joe and I are trying to keep it going with this game, bro. It's the same thing when me and Kenny watch it Raw or
Let's
SmackDown, and it's like
go.
not really popping. I'm like,
Don't worry about it. We good.
but yeah.
We
So
having a good
as they
time, man.
close out the quarter, or look at the closeout, 5 seconds to matter of fact, in the third quarter, Detroit up by 19, 83-64. So that means, Joe, on the screen, we're gonna see Mo make the free throw, and then someone makes a fucking three with 5 seconds to
Of
go. So
course.
that's is it Jenkins?
Let's see. Might
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yep.
Son of a bitch.
That kind of game for Detroit, man. Everything going their way. Home game seven. Look at the closeout, the Magic, and all signs point towards that happening. 83-64. Detroit heading into the fourth.
Dagger three by Jenkins. Last second shot. You're at home. Everything seems to be going your way, Detroit, and you guys, are finally catching your rhythm, and it looks like you guys are going to be heading into the second round, unless, like you said, barring any misfortunate situation that Detroit puts
Mhm.
out there heading the fourth quarter. Tobias Harris has had a very strong game, putting in 20 plus points, and obviously just having your star players set the tone, motivate, um, just with his scoring and his assists. So, um, yeah, just one more quarter left. Orlando, this is do or die. 12 minutes is left to your season. If you need to make a run now, you need to make it now. And
Facts.
there's no France Franz Wagner getting dressed to help you in the fourth quarter. This is do or die. I know Paulo will go out there with his guns blazing. I just hope the other teammates can follow him and give him a little burst in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because they're gonna be fishing in 12 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna see that on Kenny and Shaq. You're gonna see that real quick.
Yep, that's a fact. But I think it's gonna be Detroit, my brother, because Orlando ain't showing anything.
Detroit basketball. There you go. Detroit basketball. Y'all got exposed. Won this one. Won this one. Yeah. Orlando getting exposed right now. We got timeout, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you to the 930 people that tuned in. We've been on for an hour and 52 minutes. We're doing a live watch along show with the Game 7 of the Atlanta Magic versus the Detroit Pistons. The winner gets the winner of the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. So that's tonight at 7:30. We'll see what comes out of that. And right now, the Pistons are up by 20, heading into the fourth quarter. Magic got 12 minutes to change their season around. And I'm looking forward to the 12 minutes we have coming up in the NBA. Yeah, Randy, looking forward to it. I got a couple games coming up this week. Looking forward to getting these games in this week coming up. Competitiveness basketball as you advance in the NBA, the games get harder. Competition gets better, and the players are much more better. So interesting to see how this second round plays out for the remaining teams. I do truly believe the teams that are in right now are the best teams that have been playing all year. And whatever comes out these last two games today, these are the best teams in the NBA in terms of the 2025-2026 season.
I saw a stat that Jalen Suggs has missed 31 of his last 38 shots.
Yeah. Not a good stat, Randy. Not a good stat to have. Not a good stat to have heading in the game. Well, I mean, not heading, but exiting this Game 7 series right now. So Detroit outscored Orlando 63-42. And so just tells you the where things are at. Detroit comes out and gets a stop, and we have a 64-83 score. Detroit up. Fourth quarter just started. 11 minutes, 38 seconds left in the fourth. Cade swings it to Jenkins. Jenkins swings it out to, we got Devontae Green. Wide open three. Misses. Rebound Bane.
Okay, all right. So we got a 17-point game. Does Orlando have one more run in them? That's the major question, and they got to start doing this run ASAP. But as you see on the screen, Detroit comes back with a bucket. They're up by 19.
Of course. Jalen Suggs scored, and I know we're going to see whoever scored that 2-point bucket in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it might be the
Who was it?
motorcade. The motorcade. Of course it is. He's tough, man.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I live in New York, man. That boy's tough, man. And I'm glad Detroit has him because Detroit's been in the dumpster fire for many years. And I'm glad to see Detroit come out that hole and has a transformative player in their locker room. So shout out to Detroit, man. They got a good roster. They're putting the pieces together. They got a great player in Cade. And they got great supporting cast around him with Duran and these other guys. So I'm really happy to see Cade. He's one of the best players in the NBA. He's actually a magician with the ball. I love watching him play. He reminds me of like a Penny Hardaway, just bigger, stronger, and has really put life into this team. So Devontae Green, he's a 3 in the corner, makes it a 22-point victory. I mean, well, I guess victory soon.
Coming soon.
They're up right now, so doesn't look good for the Magic. This is the Pistons' largest lead of the game.
Yeah, 88-66. Detroit. I think we'll close out Orlando today.
Looks like it, Randy. Looks like it. even right now, this block that they call a foul for Suggs is just Jaren is setting that tone not to come down his lane and got a clean block on Suggs, drop into the lane.
Mhm. Yeah, man. I wish we got a better game, man. It was going good the first half, but in the
Yeah.
second half, that third quarter really did it for the Magic.
Well, Paulo's in now. Let's see if he has a one last surge in him. I know it's a lot to ask for him because he's been putting in pretty much half the points ready for Orlando. But
32.
if look at this, 26 minutes for Suggs, 5 points, 2 for 8. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it against Detroit. But let's see if this picks him up from getting some a little rhythm at the free throw line.
Hmm.
See if that picks him up. Paulo's back in, so hopefully this gives him a nice little scoring punch. They're going to ask a lot out of him tonight, a lot, even more than what he already put in so far.
We got all right.
We got 940. Cade is bringing up, double team on Cade, swings it to Devontae Green, loses it, steps it out, 3-pointer shot again. No, another offensive rebound by Duran. So this is the story. Pistons are just out rebounding, out willing them. They're at home. They have a good rhythm. They're getting wide open shots, Randy. Wide open shots. This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
I think they packed it in. I think Orlando looks like they packed it in. This is the second, third time they got a wide open shot, and it's been nobody in the vicinity of the shooter. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna keep playing like this. This game is over.
Yeah, man. Orlando should have packed this up. Game 6, man.
Yeah,
That was it.
that was my fear. That was my fear. I mean, they had that. I mean, right now we should be having discussion with Orlando, waiting for Cleveland and Toronto as opposed to playing this game 7. You can't
Yep.
give Detroit any life to breathe. You got to
No.
knock these teams out because give them in second, third opportunities just like a regular game. Anybody have chances to live, you're going to give them a chance to live. They're going to prosper. So
Mhm.
Detroit's taking advantage of the opportunity. Obviously, they did a job to get back in the game and not only shut them down. And the Magic that don't have the right bandwidth right now to counteract this surge that the Pistons are having on this game right now.
Yeah, I think that's a great word. The bandwidth. The Magic. They don't have the bandwidth to compete right now with Detroit because they're back on hitting on all cylinders, and it's right now a one man show for Orlando trying to be competitive. And Banchero has 32 out of the 68. You pretty much have over 50% of the scoring load,
Mhm.
and nothing much else going on. Even defensively, it's not. It hasn't been their night. So, do they pack it in? Are they saying, nah, I think it's over? I mean, you're at the 9:19 mark. You're down by 23. The next, I don't know, 3 minutes. That's it. That's pretty much
That's
it.
it. I give you 4 minutes. Other than
Four
that, it's
minutes.
over. I mean, 3 minutes should be enough for you to put some buckets together and get a little run. But I'm gonna give you an extra minute just to give you some more time to catch up because Pistons are not letting go.
Mhm.
They're not letting go of the pressure. They're not letting go of this game, and they know the magnitude of this game. Because imagine they lose this game. What are you gonna say about Cade and this team being in a 1 seed and then falling down to an 8 seed? And no matter how much they struggled, Orlando, they came out to win the game. What kind of storyline would that be? So a lot of pride and a lot of respect to the Pistons because they could have, they could have come out flat, and then Magic could have caught them sleeping. So that's what the Magic need is that the Pistons will be caught sleeping. And
Mhm.
right now they're wide awake and ready to take over this game and give it for the second round.
Yep. Over 1,000 people have tapped in somehow, some way in the 2 hours we've been on.
We've been doing it, baby. We've been doing it, Randy. Right? We're putting that pain, right, Randy? That's
Yep.
what you said, right?
Putting that
Consistency.
time, putting that
Consistency.
being consistent, putting that time, putting that pain. The second watch along we've done, the first one was New York and Atlanta, but looking forward to doing more. whether it be watch alongs, it'll be a post show, depending on the schedule. We're definitely going to be more tapped in with these NBA playoffs beginning a few weeks ago. So definitely going to be more entertained with what's going on as we enter the second round of it all. But definitely want to do more watch alongs, do more post shows, pre show, whatever it is, just to provide you guys some dope content as we get ready for conference finals and the finals and beyond that. So
And
uh
one.
all
Desmond
right,
Bain.
down
Got an
by
and one.
21 now.
Down by 21. See the OG Richard Hamilton giving a pound
Right.
to Cade Cunningham, showing love and respect to the OGs. Ben Wallace.
See
That's
UConn.
I saw the coach Dwayne Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts to Dwayne Casey. Yeah, man. So that's a good look over there. Seeing those kind of guys is
Yeah.
inspiring, man. Like when you growing up and especially from us, Randy, when you see those kind of OGs, man, when especially they won at the highest level, it's good to see those guys support your team and be front row to take in the moment of you trying to advance to the second round.
Yep. Well, Detroit is 850 away from advancing. Barring any miracle comeback from Orlando, looking like Detroit will be.
Yeah.
Okay, Cunningham with the bucket. And they're up by 23. Yeah, so
I
it's
don't think they even playing defense. Like that's too
nah,
easy.
it's over, bro. It's over. I'm sorry to say, but it's over.
Not giving no chance. No chance.
I mean,
That's what you got.
if they were down 13 and not 23, and that's a big difference, bro.
Sound like Vince McMahon. No chance. If that's what you got.
Exactly.
Ah, man. Did they count the bucket? No, that's a block, right? It's a block first.
I don't. Obviously, I can't hear us. I don't.
No, it's all
Foul.
good. No, I got the the captions on, so I'm able to follow through. Wednesday, game 2, 7 o'clock, Philly versus New York, ESPN. 9:30, Minnesota versus San Antonio on ESPN. That's your time frames for your game 2 matchups. K takes a seat, gets a well-deserved rest. 8:39 left into the fourth quarter. We have Orlando Magic 71, Detroit Pistons 93. And Desmond Bain with 13 points, 4 out of 8 shooting, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And right now we have Tobias Harris at the ball, swings it to Duran, guarded by Wendell Carter, swings it to Jenkins, top of the key, guarded by nobody, swings it to Tobias Harris, guarded by Paolo, pull-up jumper, and that's good. And that's been the story tonight. Tobias Harris, MVP of the night. Just made another 3, making it 96-71, 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Tobias Harris, Randy, fingerprints all over the game.
Yeah, I think that's the main difference maker. Where they Detroit got their Tobias Harris and Orlando did not get their Desmond Bain as their second guy to
absolutely
carry the load. 13 points for Desmond compared to damn near 30 for Tobias Harris. Detroit, aside from Cade,
most in the game series, most in game 7 of career, 10-17, 4 for 6 for 3.
Yeah,
magnificent game. And again, I'm not a big fan of Tobias Harris. I'm not a big fan of his game, but I always would say he's consistent. He's just professional scorer. He knows how to play, and he's been in the league 12 years, if not more. So for you to be something good at 12 years at your job, you're doing something right. So shouts to Tobias. Definitely put out tonight. Again, not the biggest fan of his game. Or the Pistons, but got to give my flowers with where it's due.
Yeah. I mean, New York native too, Long Island. So
absolutely. I mean, I love Tobias to come to our tournament, so I don't want to be on here being a hater. I'm just not a big fan of his game, and I'm not a big fan of many people's game. But I respect his game. I know his history. You know what I'm saying, from high school to college. So I definitely know his history. So I'm gonna respect that. So Magic at a steal on the sideline, 72-96. Detroit's up. Paulo gets a bucket, making it 74-96. Detroit up. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, they're down 20, so another bucket
steal
for Black.
Black with a steal. So down, what is that now? 18? 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Little life, Randy. Finally, Magic got a little burst of energy. Got a couple steals back to back. Got a 4-point swing here. Now we have this 20-point lead. At least they're showing that they're fighting, they're pressing.
Fight, yeah.
that they have a little left in them to push forward. So you like to see teams like that. So I'm glad to see the Magic got a couple steals right there to bring them back to a 20-point lead.
Yeah, man. 7.5 to go. 20-point lead for Detroit. Game 7, Eastern Conference first round. For those who don't know, we got Philly, New York. We got Minnesota, San Antonio. We got OKC and the Lakers, and we have oh yeah, Detroit and the winner of Toronto and the Cavs. That's
Correct.
tonight, Game 7. I what three games. I say this: having 3 Game 7s in the first round
Yeah.
just shows you how competitive or even their matchups were. You got 2 Game 7s from the Eastern Conference in the first round. That's like
Right.
a very well balanced kind of series for both of those. And if there was a Game 7 for the semis, I don't think San Antonio, Minnesota will go 7. I definitely don't think OKC and the Lakers, barring Luca coming back, will go 7. If he does come back, we'll see. If Ant-Man does come back, we'll see. Um, Philly, New York is a tough one. So, me being a Knicks fan, I would love to say 6. Maybe I think that's it.
I know you're a Knicks fan.
I want to say 5 because you got to put more respect on Philly. But if it's in 6, I'll take that. Now Detroit and like the Cavs, that could be another one that could be a potential 6 gamer, 7 gamer because if it's Toronto, there's no BI, no IQ, then that's like all right, that's like a 5 game series, maybe a sweep. I don't know, but as a fan, you want every series to go long because you don't want the games to feel like I don't want to feel like damn it's coming to a close. I want more basketball. I want a 6 game series. I want a 7 game series. I don't want no blowout. I don't want no 4 game sweep. Let's prolong the playoffs for me as a fan to watch more basketball.
I mean, uh, you want basketball, you want competitive basketball, you want the best of the best. So, um, I think, like I told you, man, the best teams in the NBA right now are playing basketball, and the only thing right now can only help and hurt teams is health and availability. And certain teams have health issues, certain teams have availability issues, and some teams are striking hot while they're at it. And Knicks are a team that has health on their side, availability, um, and they are a team that's prepared and built for the championship. So
Mm,
now I'm not saying they're gonna make it there. I mean, obviously, as a New Yorker and somebody who runs basketball tournaments in New York, you will want your home team to best represent the city you live in, the state you live in. But you and I haven't seen any Knicks success in a long time. So for us to kind of see this is kind of surreal. So yeah, I mean, Knicks are built for that, right? The Celtics were supposed to be, stopping their momentum, and they're out in the first round. And here we are, so nobody expected the Sixers to be in this conversation. They're a 7 seed, and that's what you said earlier. They're not a typical 7 seed. Like Orlando's not a
yeah.
typical 8 seed. Philly's a third, 3 to 5, 3 to 6 team
Hmm.
in the East, and they're a team that been struck by a lot of injury and health concerns, and they weren't really fully healthy all year. So you imagine you had
Yeah.
Embiid all year, you had Paul George without the 25 game suspension, you had Maxi, and you had other people in place. This would have been a different regular season, but again, regular season is regular season. Plus the playoffs, and now they're fully healthy at the right time, or if not getting healthy at the right time. And New York is healthy. They're experienced. They came out of the first round with a 5 game series. They prepared themselves to, destroy Atlanta, and they did that. And hopefully, they had the same mentality coming in game 1 and 2 at home against Philly, where we don't want to
Hmm.
give them any kind of like breathing room or any kind of like hope that they're in the series. And
Yeah.
you want to strike fear in Philly, where people have fear for Boston. You want people to start fearing New York. So when they play them, like, no, I got to bring my A game here. And the same thing goes for New York. So I'm very excited. I'm very hyped, and I like to see matchup like this where the Knicks
Yeah.
are struggling at the defensively at the point guard or at with Cat not playing defense. You want to see them change the narrative. So yeah, I'm excited for that series, and I'm looking forward to it.
Um, According to Chris Haynes a minute ago, a significant update: Minnesota Timberwolves star Ant Edwards is listed as questionable for Game One against San Antonio.
Yeah, this is when shit gets spicy. This is when shit gets spicy. Listen, the one thing about Ant Man is he's a competitor, and you're gonna have to like, you're gonna have to like strap him down to, again, one thing is about health and making sure that he's healthy because he's a dynamic player, and you don't want nothing to happen to him longevity wise. But if he's able to kind of like breathe or have basketball near him, he's gonna be in a situation where he's gonna want
Yeah.
to compete. So maybe to his detriment, but he's gonna want to compete.
Um, I mean, if you were to hold on, if you were to get Ant Man to play Game One, obviously on the road in San Antonio, I think the injury was a hyperextension of the leg, the knee. Those can be funny too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get him at what 75%, would you take it? Would you risk it? Or I know it's not like a Tatum situation, but Ant Man at 70% is better than half the fucking league. Just imagine if he's 100%, but would you take him at like 75, 80% for Game One, or now, or would you wait to see if Minnesota can get a game in San Antonio first?
Um, Tough. I need you to give me that scenario one more time.
I said, would you have Ant Man play if he's 75?
Depends on the injury. I forgot what his injury is. What his injury in?
It was like a hyperextended. I'm look it up, but
His
I
knee,
think
right? No,
hyper.
I think his knee. I think you're right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Selfishly, I'm gonna say yes. But you're talking about a multi-millionaire. I mean, considered one of the top 5, top 10 players in the NBA now. So
I'm sorry, a bone bruise. And appeared to hyperextend his left knee. So a hyperextension of the left knee and a bone bruise. And as you look at it, um, it is now a 14-point lead in
yeah.
Detroit. Orlando making one final run. So now Wendell Carter is in double figures
Oh, nice.
along with Bane. And yeah, that's
That's
nice to
great.
show up.
It's great. It's nice. I
Uh,
mean, it's like almost game over. But thanks for joining us.
I mean, they got what, 4.5 minutes to go. 100-86. Detroit up 14, looking to advance to the semifinals. Over 1,020 people have checked us out. Really appreciate it, fellas. Again, you can tap in with us. Any questions, comments, or feedback you have regarding Game 7 today, Game 7 later on tonight, Game 7 last night, or anything when it pertains to the NBA playoff second round schedule. Myself, Randy Cruz, my brother Joe Cruz here for It's in the Game podcast. We got about 4.5 to go in that Detroit Piston game. Orlando looking to make one final run to see what they can do to shock the world and become the 7th or 8th team to be an 8th seed to knock out and number 1 in the playoffs. But maybe a little bit too late. Maybe a little bit too late, but then I give them one more minute, bro. What can you do in a minute?
I don't know.
Can you get it down to 10? Can you get stops?
I mean, it's 5 and change left, right?
You
It's
said
5
what?
minutes left. I said it's 5 minutes left and change.
4:22.
Yeah, I think a minute's right. I wasn't giving maybe like a buck 30 left to go and grab a surge, but I think you're right, Rand. A minute should be enough for us to kind of right now I think they stop. And if you get a stop and they can score, you make a 12-point, maybe 11-point ball game. You're talking, and then you're back in business a little bit, but you gotta get a stop, a foul.
Was it foul?
Yeah, I mean they're doubling Cade, and can't foul in a double team. But Jalen Suggs today. Jalen Suggs has not had his best day.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely not. Definitely not. And I want to see this. As you see on the screen, it's a shot. So Bankero has taken 25 shots, Bane 10. Like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Wendell Carter 6, Suggs 9. Black 9. That's not gonna get it done. But look at K Cunningham 18, Tobias 17 shot attempts, Duncan Robinson 12.
Very
Even though
efficient.
9 with threes, Duran 8.
Nothing. Yep. Nothing forced. Everything's in a part of the offense. Everything is clicking for Detroit. Like I said, like look at Duran. Like just off the out of bounds. Like the effort for Orlando has been
Mm-hmm.
lackluster. But no, just they just have talent, and sometimes again they're missing some things to become an elite team, but they're very talented and they're much more talented than Orlando. Orlando has grit and they can fight, but they're immature and they need a little more firepower than just than Ben Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at this screen right here. Duran back door. You should
Oh,
dunk
that's
that,
too
Duran.
easy, bro.
Should
It's too
dunk that
easy.
though. Yeah, should dunk that though. Should dunk that. Jalen Duran. Jenkins, wide open three again for Tobias. Game over,
Oh
fellas.
my
That's it.
God, Tobias
That's it.
is looking like Jordan out there.
Shit.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got 5 threes. 11 to 18. I mean, he's wide open. Like they're leaving him wide open. This is the third or fourth shot this quarter. Got a wide open shot in the corner. I don't know. Yeah, this is probably symmetric, man. This is systematic right now. We're looking at Detroit Pistons advancing to the second round.
Yeah.
You know. So and then we have the 7:30 game today, right? So that means we
Yep.
got to see Cavs, we got to see the Raptors, see what they do to add to the storyline in terms of the second round matchups, and then we're off and running next week to the second round, right?
It's already right. Fast.
Yes, fast. But they're doing the games every other day. I know they were mentioning about how they would wish the games to be a little more spread out, maybe like every other 2 days. But yeah, they're moving the lead on this calendar and they're getting every game in, and they're doing a great job of providing content every night, and
Mm-hmm.
when you come up from work or whatever you guys are doing, during your day, and you come home at night, there's a game on every day, especially with football being gone, and then obviously baseball becomes more prevalent when basketball is not prevalent. So
Mm-hmm.
no, these matches are great, and I think that for the first time in a while, the NBA has been really competitive, and a lot of like different teams have chances to make a statement. And where certain teams back in the days were not able to be even competitive. So I'm glad to see these teams compete. I'm glad to see new teams in the playoffs, and I'm glad to see that now at least the first round and 7 game series.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. 3:18 to go in Detroit. 19-point. Fucking. Let's start saying victory. 19-point lead. Um. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Aside from Tobias being like Jordan in Game 7,
Mhm.
Detroit has made 15 threes compared to Orlando's 10.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see like where's the big advantage.
Probably second set. Probably
They
second
out
hand.
rebounded Orlando. They have more assists than Orlando. Orlando has more turnovers.
There you go.
Uh,
Those are three things right there that are
yeah.
the recipe for disaster.
hmm that's where that's when the money comes in. So yeah, 17-point lead. Three minutes ago in this game. I don't think Orlando has one more run to do it. It's over.
Yeah, I'm operating as such, brother. I'm just trying to see how this gonna work out and how they're gonna close out. And
That shit out of here. All right.
uh,
Only a block.
all right, good job, Wendell Carter.
Yeah. Get half an applause for that. Because
It's the small
little
wins.
too late, man. And it's a 20-point fucking victory.
Yeah, it's the
Lead,
small wins.
whatever.
Like, why is Tobias Harris open? Like, I'm gonna get this. Cade dribbling down.
Yeah, 'cause you double K'd and
Oh man, Duncan
someone else got
Robinson.
to
It's
beat
over.
you.
It's over now. It's official now. Yeah, by 20, 108, 88, 253 left. Duncan Robinson hit a three, and now he
Mm.
has 10 points.
Is that Black? Anthony Black?
Yep. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. Like this team looks different. Orlando looks different. I know Game 6 was
Mm.
devastating, but I don't know.
I mean, it's home court. It's Game 7. I don't. I know Orlando was in a Game 7 a few years ago with the Cavs.
Mhm,
I think it was in Cleveland. They lost that game, so it's not like they have not been in a Game 7 before.
mhm.
But you're still missing one of your better players. That's the whole thing.
True.
Wagner is a major piece to this Magic team, and you
True.
saw it. That's why they were up 3-1, and then he goes down with the calf strain. He's out Game 5,
Mhm.
Game 6, and now Game 7, and now you lose all three without him.
Absolutely right, man. Um,
I want to
there's
check his
nothing
numbers.
else.
I want to check his numbers in
Oh,
these playoffs. That like what they're missing. Franz Wagner, yeah, calf strain in Game 4. He was averaging 17-5. Sorry, 17-6.
yeah, but the thing about that, Randy, he was probably one of the only players or a few players that can guard Kate.
Yeah.
Size, strength, just
Hmm.
athletic ability, stay in front of him. So I know ever since, obviously Franz got hurt, Kate's been able to get off, so that's another key piece of Franz being out.
Yeah. We're winding it down, fellas. During with the alley oop, pretty much close shop on the Magic. 110-91. 2 minutes ago. I mean,
Jesus, it looks so nasty when they try to score.
yeah, right. It's like,
It looks so
ugh.
tough for them to score. Oh my
They're
God.
making him. They're making him work every single time, but you're not seeing that on the opposite end. That's the
That's right.
difference. Like Detroit
Right.
can get their bucket whenever they can.
Facts.
Orlando swing, swing, swing. But when you swing, the defensive guys right there waiting, like damn, like, nobody's open.
Facts, Randy. It's good to see Duran get a good game under his belt because he's been struggling this series. So good
Yeah.
to see him get some points. He had 13, 15 rebounds, double. Not bad for Duran. It's
Mhm.
not his all-star season numbers, but him finally coming out in game 7 because first couple of games in the series he was kind of being a poster child of what's going on, but he's been able to find his rhythm in game 7 and do it, bring in a double.
Mhm.
So Orlando Magic season recap: 45 wins, second most by Orlando, third consecutive playoff appearance. Paulo 1 of 5, 28, 5 and assists, and free agents are going to be Kane, Mo Wagner, and Howard. So that's the
I like
outlook
the
for
fact
the
that they
Magic.
said it's 45 wins, the second most that they've had in the last 15 years, right?
Yes.
So that there is the improvement of the team, of the roster. Um, if they tend to go away from Mosley for
Yeah.
next year, then it's like, all right, what coaches are out there that you could see coaching this team?
Got Tom Thibodeau. You got
I know Doc Rivers ain't doing nothing. Don't want him near
no, we
Orlando.
don't got Rivers. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
the dude from the uh, the dude from Chicago, Donovan. I think he's Chicago no more, right?
Okay. I don't know if he wants to coach anymore.
Let me see.
You know what I mean? I don't know if he wants to coach anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, Billy Donovan would be a good choice. I mean, there's a few people out there we're not thinking about right now. I mean, I'm just. I mean, listen, when this is gonna be obviously the outcome, but I'm just really interested to see if the game 6 is gonna be Mosey's, nail in the coffin. So, I don't know if that would be the case,
Yeah.
but if they do let him go, I think game 6 would be it's gonna be the reason why. Again, reminder, you're at home. You're having a wonderful game. You're up by 24. You're up in the third quarter, and then for Orlando to kind of break down and have that kind of like breakdown was really hard to watch. And then the I don't forget if he I forget if Mosey took turnovers or not. I mean, took timeouts or not, but
Mm.
would like to see if he did any timeouts during that time and see if he stopped the bleeding or whatever. But all I know that's what that lead was disintegrated in minutes. And the next they went up, meaning Pistons went up by double digits. So not only you lost a 24-point lead, you went down by double figures.
And
And
they couldn't score, so you want to put down the coach, but they couldn't buy a bucket for fucking 12 minutes. Like,
correct, correct. But like now, my thing is, why didn't you play Mo Wagner earlier in the season in the series? Why you didn't play the Silva today? Like those are the questions I would ask in the backstage. Is like, hey, we see you made a move for Batazi and playing no minutes today at all, right? You put in Mo Wagner, you gave minutes, great. You gave um Javon Carter some minutes. You didn't give
mhm.
minutes to Silva, who was actually critical to some of your games this season.
Yep.
And then round of applause goes to Kay Cunningham subbing out. Looks like his curtain call is coming out. 32 points, 12 assists, 10 for 19 from the field. Wonderful game for Kay Cunningham. If you have any doubt about who this man is, you have any doubt about how good this man is, any doubt about his toughness or his grit, he just put on a wonderful game 7 performance for you guys and closed out the Magic season and probably put the Magic in a situation where they're going to have to make some tough choices with the coaching and the players this year. So shout out to the Pistons. It should be a good series coming up, whoever they play. And again, they're expected to be in a situation with 60 wins and the expectation of Kay Cunningham and him being an all NBA first teamer should cap off a wonderful season for the Pistons. So anyway, guys, just thank you for the 1,000+ that tapped in today. We're on hour 228. We're coming on to the end of our Magic and Pistons watch along game 7 at Detroit. Score is 113-92. Time is 113 in the fourth quarter, and it couldn't come any faster. Magic didn't have a wonderful performance today. Came up short. Game 7 took a lot of them, and I kind of figured that'd be the case. I was hoping that that wouldn't be the narrative for the Magic, them coming from that situation. So looks like this is going to be what is going to be, team. Pistons 114-92, Orlando 110 left in the game. They still got Paolo and Bain in the game. Not too sure why that's the case, but they're in the game. 92, 114, 103 left in the game. Paolo coming to the free throw line.
Yeah, 114-93, a minute and a half to go in the Magic season in the series. And Detroit would get the winner of the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think it's going to get easier as you go on, it's not. So, but I like the fight from Banchero. I mean, he got 38.
Got about 38. Yeah, I mean,
38,
shit.
bro.
38 and 41 minutes. I mean, we pretty much a bucket a minute. He shot 14, 25. He had 9 rebounds. I mean, you can't, shouts to Paulo,
Yeah.
man. Charles, he's tough. He's tough.
I swear, this remind me of T-Mac. Like T-Mac with the Magic. Like, he's a main guy. He's trying to find the second, third scorer on Orlando. It's like, oh, the same thing happened in 03. The same thing happening now. 3-1 lead. Losing game 7 against Detroit. You pretty got one man really doing the whole work, and you could not get the second option to help you out. Just like Tobias Harris gave you fucking 30 points to go along with Cade's 30 plus.
Yeah.
That's what really did it for Orlando.
For sure. Definitely great game. Bernie, Bernie. Bickerstaff. What's the name of the coach name? The Bernie?
Oh, damn.
Maybe Bernie. I know the father's Bernie. But anyway, Coach Bickerstaff, great game plan. Definitely. They were down 3-1. This could have been
JB Bickerstaff.
JB Bickerstaff. Yeah, they were down 3-1. This could have been a bad series for him. There could have been a loss. Could have been a bad first round exit. Being number one seed, winning 60 games, to the fact that you're winning game 7 and proceeding to the second round definitely shows why the Pistons are tough, why they are
Hmm.
forced to be reckoned with, and why they are winners of 60 wins. And the good moment right now with Mosley and Cade. Mosley giving Cade some flowers, telling him some stuff in his ear about how the series went, and I guess the respect he has for Cade. So that's a good moment for those guys, and definitely much respect to Mosley and to Cade.
Nice.
So yeah, Randy, great series.
See you,
Went down
Sham.
7. See Sam.
That's right.
Went 7 games. People thought this might have been a wrap.
Hmm.
Magic made it a good series, played it hard out. Saw 2 of the top number 1 draft picks come out and really battle out in game 4 or game 5. One of the ultimate classics in playoffs. And here we are. Pistons advance.
Yeah, they didn't even play Levert, Kevin
Yeah.
Herter.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Um, so as we wrap up, first of all, I want to thank you guys for spending some time with us today for Magic Detroit Game 7 watch along. The final numbers could be we got over 1,038 people who have checked in at some point in time, whether on
Thanks,
X or
y'all.
YouTube. I think it's majority of X. So thank you guys. We are going to be doing this more often to try to find the right game and the right schedule. Detroit wins 116-94. They advance to round 2. They get Toronto or the Cavaliers in round 2, which I think will be starting up on Tuesday night. Just to recap, Banchero 38-9-6 to lead Orlando, and the double punch of Cade Cunningham 32-12, and Tobias Harris 30-9 to lead Detroit to round number 2. So it was a close game until the third quarter. Detroit broke through. Orlando did not. They couldn't stop the bleeding in the third quarter, and they couldn't stop Tobias Harris all game,
Yeah.
and that's why Detroit is going on. A decent season for Orlando. I know if Mo Wagner was there, sorry, Franz Wagner was there, this would be a very different story. Maybe they do advance winning in Game 7, but with Wagner in the lineup. But the injuries just hurt everybody in the playoffs, man. Speedy recovery to Wagner, and good luck to Detroit as they go on to the second round, and just close out Orlando. Like they won 45 games, looking to improve year in year out. They got the young guys of Wagner and Banchero, and Bain. Nice little trio. We'll see what they do next year, but yeah, that's a wrap for Detroit and Orlando.
Listen, man. Monday, 8 o'clock, man. That's all we talking about right now. You heard? Monday, 8 o'clock. You heard? We're not talking about nothing else but this guy right here. You heard? This is the franchise right here. This is the shoulders of a man that's gonna bring the Knicks home to a championship, hopefully. Just
Hey
in case,
man,
you know what I'm
listen,
saying. Anyway, that's the plan.
one
That's
game
where
at a
I'm going.
time, man. One game at a time. If that happens, man, it's gonna New York is gonna be look different, feel different, but don't want to get ahead. And again, gonna be a tough series beginning tomorrow in Philly. Tomorrow against Philly in New York, and one game at a time, bro. So we'll see what
Not my
happens.
fault.
So we got every second round matchup ready except for the Detroit awaiting their opponent tonight. Before we wrap up, officially, you got the Cavaliers tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cavs. I think the Cavs have a better matchup, player for player,
Yeah,
against Detroit than Toronto.
yeah,
But again, yeah, I got Cavs.
yeah.
Got Cavs.
I think from a matchup standpoint, Cavs, but there's something about Toronto, man. Like I forgot to talk about Scotty Barnes. Like, oh shit, Scotty Barnes could be effective in them
Very much so.
in that game.
Very
Again, if
much
they
so.
had IQ in BI, this is a different conversation. I might lean toward Toronto, but from a matchup standpoint, and now I feel like I don't want to see a blowout or just a very uncompetitive series. I think the Cavaliers might take it at home tonight.
Right.
Uh, well,
No, I was gonna say no. Great job today.
you too.
You
Thank
killed
you.
it as always. I know you're the master producer. The super producer that Dennis calls you. I just want to say congratulations to you. You had a wonderful month and some change with the road to WrestleMania. Did a great job of getting us back with the show. Did a great job getting 1K followers on YouTube. Did a great job today with 1,000 people that chimed in. And we're doing some live shows, Ren. So I think we're doing some great work. Congratulations to you. I think you've put on a vision for us to continue doing this, and I'm glad that we are doing this together. And I hope everybody had a good time today. I hope I had a great time, no matter the outcome of the game. I thought we were able to talk about some good topics. And then we were on the show 2 hours and 30 minutes. So definitely appreciate everybody tuned in. I'm tapped out. I'm Pistons tapped out. I'm on to Monday and getting ready for the second round. And I hope everybody has a good evening and enjoying the rest of the second round of the
That's right.
NBA playoffs in 2026.
On that note, from Joe Cruz Jr., Randy Cruz, it's in the game podcast. We out. See you next
We
week.
out, baby.
Yes, sir.